Be nice to have a little reminder.
V was there last time, I believe.
Yes, but it's been like 2
To do
weeks.
that crazy plan. Who was the one?
I don't remember the crazy plan. So
Wow.
I
All right.
it's been a few weeks and I have had lots on my mind. So if we can
You guys
have
decided to blow everything up. That was weird.
Oh, do you mean on the spaceship? Or do you mean I don't know the plan we are speaking of currently.
That big guy that was like an insurmountable foe. We got on the
Yeah,
ship.
we killed him.
We dropped the orbital nuke on him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're talking about a previous plan that has already been enacted, because that was like way in the past, wasn't it? Or was that
was
like
the last
thousands
week
of
we
years
played.
ago?
It
was like
yes.
15,000 years ago. Don't you remember?
Right, exactly.
That
I
like just
thought you
minutes.
meant we had a plan prepared when we came
Oh, we
here
had a plan
to
prepared.
the
It just
inn.
failed miserably, and we almost all died.
I meant at the inn, though. I thought we had a plan here before we ended this session, but I don't think we did. I think we just physically got here and we're like, good night. And that was it.
No.
Yeah, I think our plan was
Okay,
we go
cool.
to the inn.
Great. Okay, I was just making 110% sure that I did not miss something, because I thought you meant a plan for this week, and I was like, no, I do not remember that.
You're level 16, which is good, and you are calmly resting at this totally relaxing bed and breakfast. It's not even really an inn; it's more of a bed and breakfast / trading post / hermitage. Overlooking this nice cliff here.
Yes.
And you long rested there, so you're free. There's no threats. Nothing is bad. Nothing is violent. Everything seems okay.
We're level 16 currently. For some reason, my level 16 character
You guys took some time choosing level up, right?
Yeah, well, my level up was like, you're level 16 now. Mine was pretty easy.
And you
I
got
took
a
a
feat?
I took a feat. Yeah, I took whatchamacallit? The fun one. Now that I cannot remember, and for some reason my character sheet didn't save, so.
It's like the sorcerer.
Yeah, I think it is the sorcerer points one. Make sure.
Cool.
Anyway, we can continue. I'll figure that out as I go. It'll take me a minute.
Who wakes up first?
That's a good question. I don't know who would wake up first out of the group of us.
Would be Kiff. Is Kiff a light sleeper? I kind of think of him as a light sleeper.
I would
Well,
say-
It's just
here's
light.
the thing. Here's the question. As a lizard person, do you sleep with your eyes open or closed?
It's a lizard. He has
Don't we have
eyelids.
those clear eyelids, or am I thinking of something completely different?
Lizards have two sets of eyelids, but they still have regular eyelids.
I mean, I know that, but you know what?
They're like
Kiff,
cats. They have the 4 eyelids.
If Kiff it feels safe, he would probably sleep.
Sleep in.
No, meaning like not sleep
He's not
with one eye
sleeping
open.
with
If
one
you
eye
will.
open.
Alright, well that's great. He feels safe and nothing will happen tonight. He doesn't even have bad dreams.
We don't
Okay.
have bad dreams.
No one has bad dreams.
Yay!
Hello. Who's
Oh,
there?
nice. So that's a Marvis.
Robot.
One of them robots. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I took Fey Touched. I just realized that I need to go take another level 1 spell. On top of the Misty Step that it's telling me about.
Okay. Cool. So does Thalia wake up eventually?
Eventually, I would hope so.
You're like, yes?
I sincerely, if not, I guess time to make a new character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
You hear conversation from the common room.
Kiff will sleepy idly start walking on in and kind of hang out by the fire.
Okay, so he sees, Kip sees these two halflings talking to Sasha, and they're telling him about all the great things that the heroes of the Resistance have done. And Sasha's very impressed. He says, well, if we meet these people, well, I'll have to give them a big feast, I will.
If Kiff hears that, he would look around and then casually get to the hallway and then run back into his friends and say, Friends. Sasha thinks... No, sorry, not that way. Kiff will say, Friends. I think we may be famous.
Oh.
Yes, Sasha won't have great feasts for leaders of resistance. And then Kiff, shifty-eyedly, again, looks around. Well, that's us, right?
I do believe you are correct. That is us.
Do we tell him?
Sure. Why not? Unless we suspect him of betraying us.
He seems rather calmed down since we got rid of whatever that was called. It started with an A. Forget what it was.
Bad dream.
It was all a very bad dream. But
And then I gotta put my finger to V's mouth hole and be like, shh.
that's my
Don't say his
everything
name.
hole.
That's my all hole.
Yes, it is. It's the hole for everything. But the
Face hole.
sentiment is understood. V just stops talking.
So? What now? Are you going to that lady with the feather to make the arrows?
Well, it would be a good idea. We are.
Or are we going underwater? Or are we going to Zan? Zan for something? That's all I
Well,
got.
We're so close town. Maybe a good idea to go back town. Catch up, tell people about New Lake and about Bivers, who we move on their own volition, and stuff underneath Lake that people maybe dig up and find good.
It also
Like the
may be
power
good.
source.
It also may be good to go and perhaps get those arrows made. It would be better sooner than later. We are rather close, correct?
Yeah, you're about a 30-minute walk from that lady.
That's yeah. Okay, good.
Well, that would be the smart thing to do, yes.
So maybe we head back town, do that on way.
We think that is a good idea. V is gonna start packing up and getting themselves together and all of that.
Okay. So you guys are all gonna leave the Sasha's place?
Did you want to tell them who we were, Kiff? We see no issue with that. Unless it puts a target on their back for someone looking for us, but we don't think we've been followed. Well, other than the Emperor, who is not necessarily very sneaky.
Kiff knows sure Kiff good at... Is there a word for like being on the receiving end of flattery?
Flatty?
Either way, and not Kiff talk. Kiff is a little bit shy about being a celebrity, if you will. Even though a lot of people know, he doesn't like to brag about it.
Okay. That's perfectly reasonable.
Very well. We have no issue whether or not someone wants to say something or not, but we can.
If other
Go.
friends say, then okay, Kiff think fine, but Kiff no be one do it.
Oh, is there something you want to have said?
No, not really.
Oh. Because I can say thanks. I say thanks all the time.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do, and they have kind of gotten us into trouble sometimes. Yes, maybe.
Have they really though?
We think
about
that
it.
Thalia
When?
is quite nice to have. It's nice to have someone who is very forthcoming with all of their thoughts and actions.
Thank you.
He just kind of nods a little bit.
Fontiev just kind of stares out the window and just laments the loss of the airship engine.
We do think we could find an engine part underneath the sea, correct?
Yes, we could, but we still don't know how to get there.
We have diving apparatuses created for us.
Oh, we have the diving apparatuses, but we only have a vague idea of where this place is. That is the problem right now.
We only had a vague idea as to what we were supposed to find in the Valley of Gan, yet we still went there.
When V says under the sea, Kiff starts kind of absent-mindedly strumming the melody on his harp to Under the Sea from Little Mermaid.
Good.
Like very, very slow and nonchalantly, like he's trying to figure something out.
Interesting.
Well, first things first, we go get those arrows made, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so that might be interesting. Yes.
Sure.
Well then. And V's gonna kind of pull up their bag and start moving out.
Okay, B moves out. Sasha sees him. He says, "Oh, will you be leaving now?"
Yes, we have business to attend to.
He says, "Right, and I wish you well. You've been wonderful guests, and I'm not sure what funny business you were up to in the valley to the north, but I wish you all the best in the world." He says, "And if this news about these great heroes is true, perhaps we won't have to worry about those crazy people from the east."
From the east?
Yes, what they are calling the Empire ever since the politics changed.
The politics?
I think he is talking about the resistance.
Sasha nods. He says, as a hermit up on the hill here, I am quite far from such things, but I still hear tales from, when travelers, wanderers, people who just want to hike come up and visit me.
Yes, the Empire is distasteful at best, and we have our plans with them.
Kiff says, Kiff curious. Just what things do travelers say about Empire fighters? Meaning, in non-Kiff speak, meaning the resistance.
You're asking Sasha?
Yeah.
He explains that there's been an increasing patrols in the eastern plains, and it's hard to get much traffic over the roads, and a lot of the traders have turned to smuggling because they've tried to block trade. But the town of Codwick has grown very rapidly in size. It's a boom town, and Carthen's doing well, but the plague is pretty bad in Carthen, and they still get attacks from across the river occasionally.
Plague in Carthen.
Yes, the Red Agony says.
Heard of this? You heard of anything like a... you heard of anything... anyone getting any closer to a cure of any type? I know that most likely not.
He says, well, the city has a patron angel, but there is nothing she can do, apparently. What we really need, he says, in my opinion, is a good god. But none is in sight, it seems.
Fontiev just like goes like, "What about Mercy?" Just like whispers to like Kiff.
He says, for a while there was some good giants that arrived, but they became sick, and now all of them but one have died, and I do not know if they will be able to save us.
Damn it! I was hoping they were going to be alive by the time we got back.
It has been.
These kids say that there were some great heroes, but they went on a journey and they haven't returned for several months.
It has been. It has been a while. Yes.
I thought we were gone for weeks, not months.
If I'm not
Timey,
mistaken-
wimey, wibbly, wobbly
If
stuff.
I'm not mistaken, it was months from all other accounts. Especially when we talked to Maggie and the others that we sent messages to. If we're not mistaken, they did recall it was quite a long time that we were gone.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I just realized I never booted up tabletop this entire time.
Well, most of it's your imagination.
On that note, we may come back at some point, Sasha. We do appreciate your helpfulness and your willingness to let us know what has been going on while we're in the valley.
He says, I see. Is there anything very important I should know about the valley? And he looks a little either curious or suspicious.
Kiff
It is
says-
now. It is now It's Fontavia. Got it. I am Lord. I am the king.
He says, oh, Fontavia, no one lives there but beavers.
Yes,
And
very
I
nice.
shall be
Bivers.
their king.
In fact, speaking of beavers, we got them to move their dam. You should be aware, we don't think there's going to be flooding in this direction, but we did not do all of the calculations.
He says, you used magic to make the beavers move their dam. What for? Are you going to do some construction down there? Are you founding a new town?
Well, no, we are.
Fontiev is. Like Fontiev planning on it.
Well, Fontavia. Fair enough.
It's
we have
Fontavia.
some-
I am the king.
We
I
have
am the
some
king of
things we want
beavers.
to see underneath of the pond. That's the word I'm looking for.
True.
But we did not want to forcibly move the beavers. We just talked to them and saw if they would be kind enough to move their dams for us. Which they
Yes.
were.
Bivers nice. We make good deal with Bivers. Both sides happy.
Chacha strokes his beard and thinks. He says, I may know something about this. If you come back, if you are interested in building, let me know. I will tell you some more information.
Yes. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Okay. Are you guys leaving?
Yeah, I think on that note, I mean, I
Yeah,
have
that's
nothing
fine.
else to say, but other people have things they would like to say. Oh, okay, we're leaving.
All right, you're leaving. Eat.
I think
So,
we are.
Marvis, are you with us? I don't hear Marvis.
Yep.
Oh, he's there.
Hey.
Yeah, the Yllaxis will just be sleeping there for a while. She needs a break.
She's just kind of. She's along for the ride.
She's just in T pose and she's just slowly moving forward and following us.
Yes, that's
You
exactly
didn't do
how
so
it
well
will work.
jumping through time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Time jumping is
It's a
hard.
bit time sick. It happens to the best of us.
New illness, time sickness.
Yeah, it's very disorienting.
Okay, did you want to go to the spooky lady's house?
Indeed.
Yes.
Okay, so you go down the path. You see the wrecked thingy in the distance. You go down further. You see the crater over here. And you go down further, and you get to the house.
Fontiev would also like to just whisper to Kiff something. It's like, Kiff, Kiff, Kiff.
Yes.
I'm going to need a national anthem. What can you do?
Kiff thinks for a moment. He turns to Fontiev and goes, "What is anthem?"
It is the song of your country, something that all citizens will sing proudly.
Blech.
Like meal stick song, but for people.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Give Kiff a few days. Kiff
Okay.
thinks.
Good.
Are you gonna
Beginnings
make
of Untamed.
everyone
I
sing it?
cannot wait. I cannot wait for the national anthem of Fontevia.
Oh, I can't either. I intentionally did this. Like, I want to see what Matt comes up with.
Well, Fontiev, you were the one who requested arrows. Please come along with me. I think I am the one who needs to at least take a look at what she's doing to see if I can replicate
Okay, now
it.
for the record, this is the same crazy person that told me about the betrayer, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure I have the correct context right
She's
now.
real crazy.
What was her name again?
What was her name again? It was,
Tony.
It's been a while, but
It's Tony, the wood elf.
yeah.
Toni. I scrolled over her. Tony.
Tony.
That's what it says, at least.
Tony Jones.
Perfect. It's a perfect wood elf name.
Tony Jones, yes. It is now canon. Okay, so, I guess I'm gonna go walk up to there and I start knocking the door. I just go, Tony? Hello?
Tony was packing up some bags and boxes in there.
I
but
completely forgot to ask this. But oh shit. As
Go on.
Fontiev's knocking on the door, he's gonna gesture to Marvis and say, "We need your dagger back. We want to refuel it with Featherfall, but we forgot last night. It was a little disorienting. Talia is not wrong. Jumping through time. I'm making the call that next time we take a rest, I'm gonna make a new Featherfall dagger for you.
Okay.
But since you used it, you don't have it anymore.
Okay, so it only stores the one time into it, huh?
It is a spell storing item, not a spell casting item. Yes.
Oh,
It
I thought it would just automatically just rejuvenate every night.
No, it stores one item, one spell, and then when you use it, it's gone. And it basically just means when I take a long rest, I have to refuel it. But I forgot to last time, so yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Use it, then you lose it.
Yes, that. Anyway, keep going. I forget how to play Artificer. It's fine.
So Fontiev knocks on the door. Packing some bags and boxes, and she comes up and she says, and she gives you a creepy smile, and she says, "Fontiev, I see you were betrayed, as I predicted.
Yes, you were. Many things happened. At
How
a
many
snareship ending.
times were you betrayed?"
Quite a few. Probably should have left her for dead. But we did not want to incite a horde of monsters with the blood on the ground, because we figured that out earlier, and I just did not want to deal with that.
We should
In hindsight, probably should have.
first.
Probably yes.
Tony smiles at Fontiev and Natalia, and she says, "Yes. Well, it is past time," she says, "and I should be going. Is there anything else you need?"
Yes. Arrows? Arrows?
Certainly.
Arrows?
Who shall I teach?
V kind of steps forward slightly.
Okay.
Yeah, I would assume that you would be the one that has to learn this as the Artificer, right? Or
Well, we
I'm not
don't
sure
have
what-
to, but we are probably going to have a much better time making them. It will probably be easier for us than for someone who is not good at both at multiple sets of tools.
Okay. I guess try to teach me later?
Yes, we can work together.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna. She says this will take about an hour. Is that okay?
We hope this is okay. I'm gonna look at everyone else like, is this okay?
Kiff shrugs.
Talia also shrugs.
I'm gonna turn back to Tony and say, we think this would be okay.
Okay.
Fontiev just childishly draws himself as a king on a piece of parchment.
Oh wait, I don't have Bubbles. Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Poor Bubbles.
I have his nameplate.
Oh, Bubbles.
I mean,
we
again,
have to
V
rebuild
feels
him.
nothing about Bubbles.
The rest of us do.
I know. I was pretty.
It's
Hey,
so
rest
damn
in
sad.
peace.
Okay, so she teaches you how to make basically any kind of special arrows, depending on what ingredients you find.
Yeah.
Require either a survival or Tinker Tool skill roll to judge how well you do it. And yeah, she just shows you how to do it.
Cool. Just writing this down.
Are there any like examples of items that are, or like of things that you would craft with an arrow to make a special
It
arrow?
seems like it
She
needs to be
gave
learned.
it right here in the roleplay chat.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
So I can copy and paste it.
Do you have any of those items, or any items that you would like to make into an arrow that she can use as an example right now?
We have the the feathers of the Thunderbird. Correct?
We have the feathers of the Thunderbird. On hand, we have that teleportation arrow.
Right, but we're making arrows.
Oh, okay,
So,
yeah. So
Shadow
we need to
dust, angel feathers, or glow dust, and other elemental arrows. Okay.
Okay, so do you want her to demonstrate?
Yes, please, please.
Which do you want her to do all the ones that you have?
I think we only had. I don't remember how many feathers we had. Does anyone else remember? Because
we
I
had
did.
like
They were not in my
3.
pocket. 3.
We
There
have
go.
3,
Thank
and
you.
I am holding them.
Thank you, because I did not have them in my pockets, so I wanted to make sure. Okay, cool.
Okay,
There you go.
so she crafts for you 2 storm arrows, 1 thunderburst arrow, and anything else?
I think those are
fun.
all the special stuff that we have. But go ahead. Sorry, Fontie.
Well, Fontiev wants to know, like, he's also going to pull up the teleportation arrow. Can you make more of these teleportation arrows?
She says it can be done, but you need fragments. Portal.
Fragments of a portal. How exactly do I do that?
She gestures to.
V kind of. I think we literally all have a fragment of a portal. I'm not gonna
And?
lie. Remember when we broke
Yeah,
the
piece of
portal
gate.
and V specifically gave every single person in our group a piece of the portal gate? We all
Oh.
have a fragment.
Oh,
I like vividly remember doing this.
Can we pull out those?
Was that
those
after
fragments?
the fiends?
Yes,
Okay. Elena wasn't there, but
it was.
if you gave them out, then
I
would
don't
assume
know.
Talia
I
has
don't
one.
know if Talia has one. That's a DM thing, but like,
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you tell us how many we have because I feel like that's broken as shit.
You have about. Let's call it 4 fragments.
Perfect. The fragments were too small. We have to combine some of them. Got it.
Okay, so we can make potentially 4 arrows.
She says no. You can make 1.
Oh,
It will not be easy. It is, and I will be late for my next date. But I will give you a favor since you were so betrayed.
yes, indeed.
What a rude way to say that, but fair
Yes, thank you. I know we should have gotten rid of the betrayer earlier,
him.
but I just didn't want to spawn more monsters.
Got him.
Wait,
Fontiev
Sorry,
just
is
kind
it-
of just kicks the ground a little bit.
is it 4 fragments of the previous Zen portal, or is it the portal to like the feet?
Good question.
Hell.
Context question.
I thought that that's what it was, but I'll just speak generally. It doesn't matter in this case.
Okay. I will ask Tony. So, how does it work? Will
Okay,
it
so-
send them somewhere specific, or anywhere, or where?
Okay, so she said first you have to take your wand, you have to detect magic. You got to find the active particles right on the edge here of these pieces. You can demonstrate it. And you got to scrape it off, You gotta boil it with some leaves, and then it will condense into a gel. You shape the gel into an arrowhead. You put that on a stick. You follow me so far?
No.
Yes, please continue.
Fontiev is frantically taking notes.
Okay.
My eyes have glazed over.
So
Yeah, Talia does not give a single crap while V is very interestedly nodding.
Talia starts to look a little. She's a little nice because she's late.
Please continue on. We are listening closely.
And she says, then you stick it on. It's sort of gelatinous, and you kind of blow on it, and she has that it will harden, and then she hands V a portal arrow. She says it works similar to a portal bomb. Basically, you shoot it at something, and then you, if at all possible, you will be transported to that place.
Fascinating.
Kip says,
Fascinating.
wow.
Professor, will this be on the test?
He said,
Fontiev has learned how to do this process using a survival skill.
we think that we together may be able to recreate this, but it would take time and many portal pieces. Should I hold on to this portal arrow, or should I give it to Fontiev? You have one, correct?
Mm-hmm.
May we give this one to Kiff? That way we have more than one person, just in case things go catastrophically wrong.
Probably.
Wonderful. I'm gonna hand this to Kiff. Can't hand the arrow to Kiff.
Thanks, friend.
Thank you very much, Tony. We appreciate your interesting helpfulness.
She says, I'm sure you do. Now, please, I'm sure you have things to do. She goes and she touches her house, and it begins to magically shrink in size until it's in the palm of her hand. And she puts it in her pocket. And then she walks over here, and she reaches out, and a door opens. And
Tony? What spell is that you use to basically create a portal house?
she smiles at Fontiev and she says, would you like to learn this power? Some consider it unnatural.
Very much so. I feel it might be useful. What do you think, guys? Between that and the floating door in the middle of the air.
Kiff, before Kiff meet friends, Kiff see many young people on road going off west to nowhere, and many of them have thing like this in hand. And I go, friend, how do you get such small house? And they all say, oh, we part of thing called tiny house movement.
Oh no.
She says, your friend understands. He can teach you.
I don't think he does. I
Step-
think he's very confused right now.
And she says, her last words to Fontiev are, Fontiev, when you need me, simply open the door.
What door? Where door? What door?
And then the door closes.
And she leaves. She was fascinating.
And
I think she likes you.
We think that she has much to teach us, but she may be similar to the Gen, where they can, well, they cannot, they can't move, but they were moved from one time to another. Maybe she has something similar.
Kiff sends a message to V, and it says, Kiff, every person Kiff meet on road who part of tiny house thing, very weird people.
He looks back at Kiff and says, we were a hive before we were a person. Does that make us a tiny house?
I think technically it does.
We
Like, real talk, I think technically it does. You are basically a living, moving house.
Kiff says,
well, we are a hive, but
but
yes.
can person be own house?
Well, we don't know if we are our house. Well, we are. V just stops talking and turns around and starts to walk back towards the town with no more to say. Pondering heavily.
the normal dull buzz from V is significantly louder
Yes.
right now, as you can literally hear the synapses firing.
Yes.
Amazing.
I always picture V buzzing slightly more when they're thinking. But yeah, okay.
Okay. Is everyone going back towards the town?
I think towards the town is the correct way to go.
Okay. So let's do that. You have no further incidents on your way back towards the town. Yeah. I'll begin to change the map.
All right.
Okay, well, we're waiting for Charles to do that.
I
Does
saw
anybody
your
have suggestions on the level 1 spell?
Yeah, I saw your suggestions. I mean guidance is always good. I'm always a guidance person, but that's just me.
Well, I mean, just in terms of what I'm looking at like right now, I mean, there's comprehend languages, which is pretty decent. Gift of electricity.
Oh, the
which
one that you sent
What
me
I
was
would
just
say-
guidance and not
And then
trick shot or whatever, claimed shot, whatever it was.
I mean, are you looking at the
So,
cantrips, or are you looking
I
at the?
Probably the
no,
cantrip
you're looking
one.
at cantrips. You need to look at the level 1 spells.
Ah, well, I am still doing meta magic, so I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna let you know.
wanted to say something, right?
What was that?
Talia was trying to say something, right?
Yes,
No, Elena was trying to say
Elena.
something.
Elena
You were
was gonna
asking
say
about
something.
Spell.
Yes, go for it.
Just a quick note about comprehend languages. We do have the Staff of Understanding now.
Okay.
Which makes that slightly less useful. Not useless, but less useful as long as we have that staff.
Yeah, we have. And then there's also identify. There is gift of atrocity, which basically gives like anyone I touch for 8 hours plus like a 1d8 on their initiative roll. And then my favorite one right now, which I just find genuinely hilarious, which is infallible relay, which basically allows me to ring anything remotely phone-shaped near somebody and talk to them telepathically.
That's adorable, and I love that.
And if you enjoy it, why not?
Like, part of me wants to do that, and then part of me is just like, do we need to be actually thoughtful about what magic we're using right now?
Well, the thing with identify is going to be the same as comprehend languages.
Yeah, okay.
You guys earned that one.
And
Yeah. Thanks.
when is it not handy to phone a friend?
It is literally phone
I-
a friend.
Yeah, I know that was like that's just the funny thing in my brain right now. I'm like, I kind of like this.
Do it, and then I don't know what the range is, but you know.
I think it's infinite actually. It's as long as it says as long as they're on the same plane, I can
Okay.
literally phone a friend.
Okay, so this is from the
Sounds ridiculous.
American kind of modern magic. This is not a modern setting, so you will work if you have something that's like a telephone.
You haven't seen anything like that, but it would if you did.
Not
Yeah,
a
I know.
lot
That's why I'm
of
kind of like hesitant. I wasn't sure what your ruling on that was. I just personally, from Fontiev, from my perspective as a player, I think this is just funny.
If only Fontiev had found a phone in the valley.
Look, you could.
Oh.
Look for it.
I mean, technically speaking, I could just get everybody conscious.
You could, in fact, invent a phone that only you can call people with.
I mean, that's the entire point. I can just get everyone like some seashells or conscious or something like that.
Better get
Technically, their
inventing.
phone like.
You're rich. Literally invent a one-way cell phone.
Yeah, that's yeah, that is true.
Oh,
Well,
have
is
the-
Fontiev rich or is he like he thinks he's rich?
But also we have the planar communication device, which I feel like
We have the player creation device. We have the wand of sending. as well.
That's close enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have the wand of sending, but just in terms of like level 1 spells, like there's not much I can do besides that and gift of atrocity.
I mean, it's up to how you want Fontiev to function, really.
No, I mean I was asking for opinions because
Ah.
those are the two I'm like kind of between right now. Like I said, on a personal note, the infallible relay is just hysterical to me, and I just think it's funny.
What is infallible relay? I don't know
That's the telephone one.
Oh, the telephone one. Is this?
Yes.
I think this is upside down.
Yes.
Thank you. I was like, these words don't look like words.
I'll just put invaluable relay right.
I think that's hilarious and amazing. Okay.
It is a matter of like, will it work in this setting? That's the question right now.
I don't know. So I need to figure out. I need to figure out what I want to do. Yes. I don't know what spells I
Is there
want
any
to take.
place in the town that you'd like to prioritize?
I think that two things right now. One, I think we should go check on the airship. Number one. Number two, we should probably go check in with Mercy and everybody else.
Yeah, the glass is done in here.
Yeah. Number three, we should
yes.
probably look into offloading some of a lot of that armor that we took, and probably loosening up the purse and the bag of holding so we can store shit in there again. Probably should sell some stuff that we don't need.
Okay.
That is Boots' opinion.
And so which of those is first?
I like Fontiev boats airship just to go check in on it.
I imagine that Fontiev, just the second we step into Carthan, runs for the airship, and we'll have to follow.
Pretty much.
That's just in my head. That's what happens.
It's located near the Hall of Gods. It's looking very shiny. There's several gnomes who keep polishing it.
I am making this.
The Dusseldorf!
Before we continue, I'm making the announcement now. I'm taking Distant Spell and Subtle Spell as my two meta magics. They can be changed at a level up, but I don't think they will. That's all I have to say.
Two very good choices. in my
Yes,
opinion.
I agree. Especially for V. Yes. If I had more than 2 sorcery points, I would have taken Twin Spell, but I am not a sorcerer. I only get 2 sorcery points. Okay, that's it. Done and done.
So it looks pretty shiny. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. It's being polished. You see a couple of young gnomes polishing it.
I forget. Did I
As
have?
you walk through the town, people do whisper and point at you, but they're not sure if you are the people that they think you are.
Witness us!
Who's the glass blower with the kobold apprentice that I had do the glass on the airship?
I will address that in a moment. Right. Okay.
Basically, I just want to know if the gnomes work for that guy.
Okay. The guy, his name is Torgo. He's a dwarf. Right. And his kobold apprentice is named Hin. So you can ask these two if they work for that same dwarf.
I will do that precisely.
They look up and they say, or they don't look up as you're both the same height. Actually, they look at you and they say, actually, no. They say we're with the shrine of Gond. And the other one says, yeah, God of machines. We believe in him. You know, we think this is a gift. We can't figure it out.
No.
God
That is
of
the Dusseldorf.
machines.
That is my house / airship.
God of Machine.
Your house. They say, oh, it's Fontiev. It's Fontiev, sir. They bow down before Fontiev.
Good, I'm getting the ruler treatment as I deserve.
Don't inflate his
Oh, no. Oh, no,
Fontavia
help.
shall be great.
Help. Oh no.
They are
In
named.
campaign, one person must be hailed as a god,
Yep.
and let it get to their head immediately.
Yeah, immediately get a heightened sense of self. You said
The
you
gnomes
were...
introduce themselves as Jerb and Curb.
Jerb and Perb.
Yeah.
V's gonna pipe up again. You said you are with the God of Machines.
Yep. Very, very new. Yeah. We heard about it. Yeah.
we know this. You guys found this and it belongs to you, but it was found from a really long time ago, and the fact that it's here, means that people can. We can make stuff like this. We're trying to learn more. We didn't want to mess around, but if you guys give us permission to try to figure out how this works, and then maybe do some work, maybe we can help out.
Fontiev, V turns to Fontiev, and with the most nice, polite way of speaking, as much as possible, says, Fontiev, let them work on the ship.
Fontiev goes like,
There is
I
no
guess-
please, there is no request. It is, we're doing this.
okay.
But still very
well, I also
nicely.
have the operations manual for the damn airship in my pocket, so.
If we let
Make
you
a
work on it,
copy.
if we let you work on it, would it be possible for you to share your findings with us? D gestures to themselves.
They said, well, our main concern right now is trying to find an effective power source.
We have a potential one for that.
I suggest that you go maybe send some people to excavate.
There's a pond up north that should be draining in the next couple of weeks.
Hey, it's Fontavia.
There is a pond in Fontavia that should be draining in the next couple weeks. It may behoove you to go in that general direction.
Yes, and say hi to Bivers. Very, very happy people.
Beavers.
Yes, please do not disturb them.
The blessed creatures. They smile at each other and they say that must be a sign from God. Beavers are the spirit animal of all those who build.
Point us in the direction of this god statue, if possible, before you leave.
So, we just made one recently. It's up. It's in the hall. Third on the right hand side.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Guys.
Yes.
The capital city of Fontavia, which will be centered around that lake. I will call it Fontaine.
Ooh, oh no.
Kiff would like to ask German Curb. So, Gond, if Gond knew God, how...
He isn't new.
How-
He was in all these old gnome books, and those are kind of suppressed, but being that the Emperor thinks he's God and all, so we thought we didn't know anybody who really believed, but we thought we'd start up a club, even just to build things, not necessarily worship,
Kiff says, oh, new to you, and then he shakes, or nods his head.
Exactly.
Quick thing, just kind of a context thing here. Number one, did the windows get installed?
Windows are installed and they're sealed securely.
Perfect.
Now, I recommend making a dragon punch them, but they are installed and they're sealed quite securely.
We have no intention of having a dragon punch them, but we cannot say that it will never happen.
Is there a way to reinforce it so that if a dragon were to punch it, that it wouldn't be damaged?
Also, is there some anti-dragon weaponry on here?
As you say that, you hear a big clapping from behind you, and you hear a voice saying, "Did somebody say they need a dragon to punch something?"
Well, we were talking about the exact opposite Saphira.
Kiff
Or no,
turns
not Saphira. Saphira.
Kiff turns around and just goes, beep, and then he runs into the airship.
Oh, right.
Oh no,
that was
actually,
the other
I don't
question.
think I've met. Oh no, I have, just barely.
You have.
Well, I'm
second
aware of
question
her.
that Fontiev has. Number one, did they mark the airship as the Dusseldorf like I asked them to?
They did. They did apply a brass shiny nameplate.
Yes.
Who are you?
Hi there. Hello there, Saphira. How are you doing?
Be rude, she says to Thalia. I am Saphira, the Great Dragon Wizard.
Yes, she was down in the Underdark.
And she says to her students, make a note, please bring more kobolds for tonight's dinner.
I'll look at her and frown. And then tilt my head a little bit.
She says, I recognize, Thalia, you were you were Maggie's friend.
Protege. Or, oh no, I guess not protege,
I
but
wouldn't presume to presuppose the relationship.
uh,
But I do recognize Marvis and Fontiev, naturally, and Kiff. And I wish to provide myself for your cause. I find your group quite fascinating, and I believe if we defeat this Emperor, we may learn more about this world.
Most likely. I mean, he has been keeping all the books.
What do you propose for us then, Saphira?
She says, "Well, if you need rapid air transport, I can provide that. Since your machine seems to be not altogether functional."
Hey, it's getting there. It's getting there. I swear to you, I will be piloting an airship like a damn sky pirate by the end of this.
We
That was a
would like
jab
you
if
to
I ever
know.
heard one.
Yeah, I was about to say, we would like you to know that it is a magical machine. You may
She says,
want
"Well,
to...
apparently if you simply pray to the god of machines enough, it will be in functioning."
We would prefer to tinker with it ourselves.
And the gnome starts saying, "But no, we got plans. But we're gonna try stuff. We got plans."
V turns around and kind of just nods at them like, we understand. Get you.
She says, "I'm simply offering. It's funny because we heard that you went on a mission to the north, but no one seems to know the details. What exactly were you doing there, and what have you brought back?"
I have established the kingdom of Fontavia. Trademark.
That is quite a...
Who lives there?
Beavers, he says proudly.
I am the king.
Okay. She says, "Marvis, you are known as a hero among the Dark Elves. What do you have to say about this mission?"
What mission is it again? Sorry.
Well, where have you
Why
been?
the heck... Why were we gone, yeah?
Oh,
No one knows why you went there, what you were doing. There's no records of it.
well,
Strange.
we went to look for a power source and my shoes.
Okay. Did you find them?
Sort of?
Well, we did
Kinda.
find them. We did find them,
No,
Marvis.
we found where they were supposed to be.
We found when they were supposed to be.
Yes.
We could have grabbed them, but shit went down pretty fast.
Down. She says, "Do you mean like down underground?"
No, you're taking that too literal. It means things
More like down
Well,
from the
spiraled
sky.
out of
In a
control.
manner of speaking.
More like
Well,
down
then
from the
they
sky.
kind of went up.
Yes.
You know, is your name really Saphira?
She says, "Well, it's a long story. I didn't have a name at first. I was simply I was once a little tiny pseudo dragon.
Aww.
But then, as the wizards at my school were doing experiments, I slipped away through a portal to the plains. I went through many places, and I grew, and I named myself after one of my favorite people that I had known, who was kind to me during the experiments. I named myself after her."
Aw.
Interesting that you went through so many planes and it made you larger.
I mean, she went through the
It's strange.
747, she went through the Airbus.
Strange things can happen when you go on a long journey. You may
Yes,
change
they
in the way
can.
you least expect. Thanks.
Yes.
It's great.
I mean, I know that feeling. I'm the king of Fontavia, land of beavers.
It's going to his head.
She says, the city of Carthan has been rather taxed, as you can see. She says, gesturing to the sort of plague quarantine warehouse area. She says, many people have been suffering. Are you sure these beavers can help cure it?
We are currently working on trying to find a way to cure people. It took us much longer than we expected down in the valley again.
Fontavia?
Down in... Well, I thought Fontavia was next to the valley. Well, maybe it is all now one place.
Fontavia is the valley now.
Oh, okay.
But Fontiev, we weren't in Fontavia because Fontavia didn't exist yet.
Well, they exist
It's
now.
all very confusing.
Mercy said,
There was, like, Fontiev just looks at cigarette. There was a lot of time travel involved. It's very confusing.
Mercy steps out looking quite exhausted. She says, "Oh, thank God you're back."
Hey, Mercy, how you doing?
Jesus, it's been exhausting. I've been struggling to keep everyone alive. There's only one of those giants you rescued. Only one of them remains alive. I've been doing everything I can, but we need that god now as soon as you can provide it, if possible. I hope you found some on your journey.
On this note, V excuses himself into towards the gnomes and says, "We have something we need to work on. Can you possibly get us some spare parts?"
So
I want to take my time sitting in our ship tinkering to build bubbles back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, they said we're going to use the spare parts to try to make an experimental engine, but they can give it to you instead if you want.
Well, is there
Oh,
any
fuck, isn't-
other ways to do that? Well, so the improved defender, or not the improved defender, the
Steel defender.
yeah, the steel defender. Hold on, I'm trying to find exactly how it rebuilds. There's like a legitimate stat block. It basically just says like you can rebuild it if you have smith's tools.
I feel like it makes sense that you have to have some kind of material.
Okay.
Is there like
Is there
Is
no
there, like, a
way
town
for me
dump?
to-
salvage
Yeah,
place?
like
Yeah.
anything that just it literally all it is like yeah, it's
We can
not-
go to the junkyard and we can build you a Tide Pod.
Yeah, well, I
Right, Matt?
They say, you know, we got
Anything.
some extra stuff at the shrine that you can use to build.
yeah, the
So
steel defender is my only means of attack essentially because I'm going to be casting spells all over the place. I mean,
Okay.
it's kind of a good thing, but
No problem. They also say when you said about excavating up to the north of the valley, are you guys serious about that?
Yes.
yes. Very serious.
Yes.
Okay, how much? That's going to take a lot of workers. So how much money do you want to devote to that project?
Okay,
The-
first and foremost, I'm gonna tell you guys this again. It's called the Land of Fontavia. It is my kingdom. It is now my birthright.
We do
I
not
have-
very
I have
much.
claimed that land with my flag. It also has my underwear on it, but that's besides the point. I'll come up with something better later.
Okay.
We don't have a lot of gold. It might be. There's very specifically two things that we need out of that ship, but I think that is something that you might need to talk to Fontiev for. He does claim the land.
Okay.
Okay, first and foremost, Fontiev is gonna wave. Fontiev is gonna wave V back over to them with the gnomes, and he's gonna pull out the airship owner's manual.
Okay.
That we've had for a while, and and he's just gonna say like, so we've just studied this for a while. If you guys want to make a copy of it, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay, sure. They say we know a guy who has like a quill that can automatically
I'll
copy
make
things.
some copies. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that. So this thing pretty much we explains how the airship will work. So it might help you in your research.
We can do that once Bubbles is
There
finished.
was a prototype that doesn't actually work, but it's supposed to be close to working, and it describes
Oh.
the notes on the tests that were done so far.
Oh. So we're gonna V takes the manual, is more than happy to share it with the gnome friends, and is probably gonna be indisposed for a while, making bubbles. So yeah.
So yeah. So I would also say Thalia probably would think of this, but while we have the staff of understanding, if anyone who's interested in intimate details of the spaceship wants to try walking around with it to understand more, now might be a good time to do that.
Yeah, I can only devote my time to
Indeed.
one thing, and I need to get Bubbles to back
Yeah.
together. He's my first
Oh no,
priority,
I know.
unfortunately.
Fontiev would like to just go investigate the captain's quarters really quickly, just to see how everything looks right now.
We also need to talk to Mercy. But I just figured I'd chime in because I don't want to be a part of this
we
conversation.
can go to
if
Mercy
I
in a minute.
can-
I just want to go
Okay.
inspect and see if there's anything different or changed about the airship since one, time travel, and B, just we've been gone a long time.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Everything's been polished and oiled, and someone has installed a little honk horn thing for the captain's seat.
Yes.
Awooga. It's like a jalopy horn.
Yes.
How is my room and stuff?
Sure is a room.
It's in ship shape.
Nice. Oh, right. Talia, give me that Staff of Understanding really quickly, please.
I don't have it. Marvis has it.
Marvis, give me that Staff of Understanding, please.
I don't have it. I gave it to Sarah.
Oh, V.
V,
Yep,
V
I
has
gave
it. V has it.
V, give me the Staff of Understanding.
V hands you the staff of understanding.
Okay, that escalated quickly. Fontiev is going to go into the library room where we have all those books that were sitting there.
Okay.
That I can't remember if they were written in a completely different language. But with the Staff of Understanding, I might be able to find some stuff in there that might actually be useful to one of our friends, and B might shed some more light on the airship and or the history of the Giants.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of books. You can actually understand the giant language, I believe.
Oh yeah, I can.
But you don't want to read the
Uses
books, right?
staff of understanding. Already knows giant. Anyway, sorry.
I wasn't sure if there's anything else in a different language. Okay.
I know. I'm teasing you.
Wow.
Think about it.
You sure can understand that language that you already know.
Was there any books in there that weren't in the giant language?
You know what? There is a book. All right, there is a book. That the Staff of Understanding, it kind of like makes that book glow slightly. And so you would go look at that book, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I use it as toilet paper.
I'm gonna call it a mysterious book. What is it called? It is called. It is called The Exploration of Virtue. By Abdullah Zulatin. It describes traveling around the countryside. It describes how, when in a place that Fontiev would identify as the Valley of Gun, it wasn't called that though. They called it the Empty Valley.
Fontiev almost wants to scribble the name Fontavia into there.
This person found a cave in which they stopped to eat lunch. And in this cave, while eating lunch, they heard a strange voice whispering, "Revenge." ...
Oh dear.
Yep.
Like, oh, is there any more detail?
And Fontiev, with Staff of Understanding fluids, that means something must have survived the great explosion that they made in Valley of Gun, which is good news for with the items that they bought.
Oh, great news.
Fellas, we may have a problem.
But, well, no, there's no buts. No buts.
V pokes out of the little workshop area on the ship. Fontiev, is everything all right?
No.
What's wrong?
Fontiev is going to explain that, well, these people are explaining that they went into now, like, was not then Fontavia, back when it was the Valley again, and noted that in a cave they heard a voice saying, "Revenge."
When was that?
Is it dated?
Several thousand years ago by, calculating everything that you know already.
A long time ago.
So, I'm a little bit terrified that our giant, angry god friend may or may not be alive.
Well, fingers crossed, or well, hopefully we can.
Or maybe it's our betrayer friend.
Well, we
we'll
had
see.
book.
We'll figure that out when we get
We
to
had
it.
book before we go valley, and maybe already written in. So maybe thing there anyway, and we go do thing in valley and change time, but books stay
Someone's
same.
phone is ringing, just so you guys know.
Not mine.
My apologies, Kiff. Go ahead.
That was it.
Fontiev's still scared.
We think that it is a good thing to keep in mind, Fontiev. But for now, unless we hear rumblings of it, we should focus on the task at hand. Which for me is making bubbles, and for you all is deciding where to go get this gaunt milk.
Indeed. Do we have any leads on where we can find a portal to the place?
Kiff just says, we get Gaunt milk from Gaunt, of course.
No, but we need to go to the dimension to get to Gaunt.
You know there's a basement, there's a portal in the basement of the cathedral.
Oh. Oh, right then.
Didn't
Last time you were in town, Mercy said that every time they tried to destroy the portal, it would reappear. You haven't talked to Mercy here yet, though.
Yeah, that's gonna be a thing to do. Okay, so before I leave to go with everybody else to go talk to Mercy, can I, like, scanning the bookshelves, do I see anything else that is related to the airship on there?
There are books on coal power, natural gas power, and petroleum power, and rocket fuel.
Fontiev is gonna pull all of those books.
The research notes said that none of these were strong enough to power the airship.
Yes, but we could potentially use them for other things.
Okay.
Specifically, we might be able to build trains. Also, we may be able to build some missiles or something. Fontiev is gonna earmark all this stuff, and he's just gonna bring it over to V. Does V know Giant?
No. And Fontiev, we need to dedicate our time to making bubbles. V has like a singular foot created.
Gnome friends. Gerb?
Yes, they say yes.
Do you know Giant?
Curb says my grandma's aunt's cousin's boyfriend's daughter's cousin was 2/3 half giant.
What does that make you in the context of knowing the language?
No.
Oh my god!
Do you like Fontiev just goes in fluent giant? Do you speak my language?
They look very scared and they run away.
No! Wait! Come back!
But are you saying that in common or giant?
Yeah, I'm saying that in common.
I'm joking.
Gerb, please come back. Did you understand a word I just said?
No.
Okay.
They beat up and no.
Okay, Fontiev is going to hand them a stack of books, and he's just going to like push them into the room where V's like working on bubbles, and he's going to just be like, V,
So,
are you?
In the Shrine of God area?
Whoa.
I think we're inside of the
airship,
airship,
So
but I don't know.
Okay, doesn't matter, just check.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fontiev is like, do you mind if we have them sit here and hold on to the staff while they page through some of the research notes here?
We can keep an eye on them while they do that, yes.
Okay, Fontiev is going to leave the staff in there with V.
We will also take the time to discuss, perhaps, the plans and costs of going to excavate in Fontavia.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I want them to understand fuel sources, because even if they can't power the airship, they might be useful out in other applications for us.
Yes.
So get to it. And then Fontiev is gonna go jet off with, I assume, Kiff, Marvis, and Kiff, Marvis, Thalia, and T-posing Yllaxis to go talk to Mercy.
Sure. Kiff has something I want to do after, but yes.
Yeah, let's go take care of our important stuff first, and just kind of get
How
the
dare
level
you
set
call
from her.
Kiff's things not important? He's never had anything he's done that hasn't been important. Think of the meal stick.
All right,
Sorry.
let's go talk to Mercy.
When she sees you, she says, "Oh, She says, Kiff, your wife is worried sick about you. She said she told me she thought she might need to go find a new husband. She thought you'd never come back. Where have you guys been?
Oh no!
Fontavia.
And Kiff is just going to hightail it. He just leaves. He has to go find Tip.
Aw.
Okay, I guess Marvis, Thalia, and I will be the voice revision, right? Yeah, right, Yllaxis? And I'm assuming she just stands there in T-pose and just starts
Just
glitching
radio static. Yeah.
out. Okay, so, yeah, we've been kind of cooped up in what is now what we're calling Fontavia. I am the king.
Yeah, feel free to summarize if you would.
I basically give her the summary of everything that happened, just for brevity's sake.
That's quite a story. Did you find anything that could help with this terrible plague?
Yes and no. We have a way to breathe underwater and in places without air right now, and we have a staff of understanding, which is good, because we're going to need to go into a place that does not have air to get the milk, to make the stuff, to get other people.
If I may selfishly ask you to prioritize that, I must. I'm sorry about your airship project and how you exploded your only hope for the engine, but
Yes, keep rubbing it in, thank you.
I'm sure that was a very wise and careful decision you made, but if there's anything you could do to help these plague victims, there's so many of them, she says, gesturing to a whole warehouse full.
Yeah, no, we're working on it, I promise you that. In terms of anything else that's been happening in town, what's going on besides plague? And just in a general area between here and Codwig.
She says, the Adventurers Guild, currently managed by Gromlin Dwarf, they've noticed about how that portal to Zan keeps reappearing. A few brave dwarves have went in there.
How are they breathing?
One that did return was Bethany, and she said that she would met a friendly gnome on the shores of a silver lake. And she thought that gnome was very insane, but it might be able to help learn how the place works.
I'm sorry, dial it back for a second. They went into Zant and they could breathe?
I think they had a great difficulty doing so. She says they couldn't. They basically held their breath and rushed with the help of magic and other things.
Okay. So there's only one survivor, correct?
Bethany, she just kind of ran through. I think the story goes that she ran through and she had a plane shift scroll that she used to get back.
Interesting. So, for the record, in case of emergency, do you happen to know if there are any plane shifting scrolls available to us?
She says those dark elves you met have some amazing magical wizards and powers and scrolls and things. That all their stuff's quite expensive, but we've been certainly looking for more money to fund the effort. And she says the town keeps getting attacked by the forces of the Empire. So our resources are a bit thin.
Okay, so, follow-up question. Is there anyone that we know from the Dark Elves here presently that we can talk to?
She says, I believe Adjutant Katya should be around somewhere. I believe she was speaking with priests of Tempest in the Hall of Gods.
Okay. So that's definitely a thing that we can do.
They've been a great help, and we will owe them a lot, assuming there is any success in this war.
Okay, so we can definitely go talk to them. Fontiev is also going to explain our plans, in addition to to Gaunt Milk, which involves having to excavate the Fontavia, where that place.
Mercy?
Yeah, I'm telling Mercy this, and I'm also telling her about the other potential power source that we're aware of that may be at the bottom of the ocean.
Okay, she says, so you blew up the power source, but I think it might still be buried under the ground as a result of the explosion. Okay.
Potentially? Time's weird.
She's kind of squinting, but she says, okay, maybe, okay.
Yeah, that's basically what's going on right now.
Digging it up is going to take some work. She said, I'm really tied down here, just using all of my magical abilities as an angel that I have, just trying to heal these people and keep them alive.
I mean, that's fine. Don't worry so much about that. In terms of any other people that might be good at digging? Perhaps dwarves?
Dwarves are excellent at digging. They're fantastic. Why don't you talk to Lady Katra? She's famous for her gem mines. And Lord Vesuvius as well. They're fantastic diggers.
Okay, yeah, we should definitely do that.
I thought you were just going to say she's famous for her digging.
So it's definitely a thing we should do.
We wouldn't say that elves are famous for brooding.
Fair enough.
Oh, right. Quick question. About our... What was he, a fiend?
Caleb, you mean?
Yeah, Caleb. His name escaped me for a little bit.
He's been weeping and wailing. He says he's sinned and he needs Yllaxis to absolve him or something. I don't know what the deal is. Just I don't want to be involved.
And I'm assuming Yllaxis is still standing there, T-pose, and just blaring white noise.
Yeah, Yllaxis is a ragdoll right now.
Yeah, okay, we will work on that, in the future time when Yllaxis isn't being a weirdo. That'll probably be something we do before we leave town. But more importantly, has he enjoyed my book that I gave him?
I think he was enjoying the book, yes.
Yes! Okay, so we're gonna go talk to Katya, and then... Katya, wait, what were the names again? Katya and Vesuvius?
Writing them down here. So Mercy says that dwarves who control mining guilds include Lady Katra and Lord Vesuvius.
And then, what about the survivor dwarf that went into the land and came back?
That is the dwarf named Bethany.
Do we know where she is?
Yeah, she can find her at the Adventurers Guild. She's recovering. She had a case of severe oxygen deprivation.
Okay, okay, that's definitely something to do. We got a couple of people to talk to right now. I would say, in the meantime, just because we have 10 minutes before our break, do we want to just cut over to Matt and give him the 10 minutes to go do his thing with Tip?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll go on break. Meanwhile, at the Kiff residence...
There's a huge crowd around the Kiff residence. Everybody wants a meal stick. It's like almost overwhelmed. All the kobolds are running around. There's not enough staff. They're all sweating. They're all accidentally almost dropping meal sticks. It's like chaos.
Kiff Kramers through the front door and goes, Tip, Tip, Tip.
Tip is frantically baking like the toast part of the meal stick and then taking the steaks out of the other grill.
Kiff casts Mage Hand to start doing the things that Tip was doing, and then he spins her around and gives her a hug. And he goes, Kiff's so sorry. Kiff's stuck in time loop thing with really big nasty tentacle man, and Metal Man got eaten kind of, but didn't, and dropped big boom bomb and time change, and Kiff no know what's going on. Oh god, Kiff sorry.
So Tip is gonna first slap Kiff and then start crying and then kiss Kiff and hug him.
Kiff says, Kiff deserved that. Kiff will then say, Kiff have present from North Country. And then he also whispers, like, met Bivers up there. Very, very nice. Flat, floppy tail. Make things out wood. We make deal with them, actually. Kiff talked to Tip later about deal. Very good for business. And then Kiff reaches into his pocket, or his bag, and pulls out one of the boxes of Colding.
So all the kobolds are very impressed. They say we could use these to deliver meal sticks much farther away. Fresh meal stick. Just heat over the fire.
Yes.
Can we make more of these?
And then Kiff says, meal stick. Heat and eat.
You see
And then,
that?
I'm just laughing at the fact that Matt is basically inventing hot pockets right now.
anywho, Kiff says, Kiff only have these two though. Kiff meet new gnome friends by float boat earlier. They have new god of things, god of making things.
Yes.
Maybe maybe take one to them. Maybe they figure out what do.
The kobolds are great. Remember,
That's it.
it's extended friends and family as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I take those out of my inventory. 1 second.
So Kiff gives one box of clothing to the stick crew. They say, can we use one to deliver and then one to research?
Yes.
Okay, so they'll take two of them.
And then it says, but only deliver now to really good customers. Can't let word out.
Fancy, freshly chilled meal stick. Eat and eat.
Yes, heat and eat, heat and eat. Let's see here. Does Kiff have anything else he can give to the meal stick crew? Oh wow, Kiff. Oh yes, Kiff brought back sausages and cheese from the north as well.
So what is this? What meat is this? What is it? How did you make this?
Kiff have friend up north. Very, very nice man. Make very good sausage and have very good cheese. Kiff bring back big roll or big wheel, but wheel almost size of Kiff. Kiff no carry. But
What kind of cheese is it? What do you call it?
ODM, I do not believe we.
Let's call it a Gruyere because I was just enjoying some Gruyere.
That's a great cheese. Yes. And Kiff says it's called Gruyere.
Nice.
Like David Allen Greer, because he doesn't get that it's
Gruyere.
Gruyere.
Nice. So we must add this as special stick variety with sausage and cheese.
Yes.
Chilled sausage and cheese, heat and eat, for fancy customer, 50 gold per delivery. Instant delivery.
Well, maybe not instant, because can friends teleport? Kiff do many things, but Kiff no teleport.
So that's a good point. Buying teleport scrolls would be cost prohibitive. We need a wizard. We need a wizard to kobold.
Maybe deliver in less than 30 minutes.
But what if we? What if there's like an overturned cart, or what if there's an earthquake or something, and it's 32 minutes?
That's when you dock the
Then put asterisk on bottom of advertisement and say certain prohibitive situations notwithstanding.
Okay.
Those are the biggest words Kiff has ever thought up in his entire life.
Sounds like a great plan. Meal stick delivery, 30 minutes or less. Asterisk.
Yes. So Kiff gives a tip, a big hug and kiss again, and he says, "We must go out and fix float boat with friends and see Mercy and many things."
I want to show you we've made a lot of profits from the business.
Oh really?
Yeah, she takes over. Tip says we have the 2,000 gold in profits after wages and everything, and insurance and all that.
Kiff will take 500.
Okay.
And then he'll say, use rest for business, make business grow. maybe we get more box of Coldings, and maybe we have more gold after all this done.
All right. Well, good.
And then Kiff briefly explains the meal stick recycling program and how we're building beavers new homes, and maybe outside the meal stick place put a little bin for people to recycle their little wooden sticks, and then yeah, and then Kiff will be on his merry way.
All right. So it is the idea to actually deliver it to beavers?
Eventually.
Eventually, after they're done.
That's the grand goal. If certain resources need to be rediverted to, for instance, building new boxes of colding, then that must be. But the end game is to build beaver homes, yes. I mean, we did make a deal, and a deal is a deal.
A deal is.
No matter how roundabout it takes you to achieve said deal.
Okay. That's that. Do you guys want to take a 10-minute break?
Yep, that
I
seems
think
reasonable.
it's that time, yeah.
Indeed.
So we are hitting some break time. You guys are out loud again, and we are switching back to our stream scene. Guys, I'm so proud of myself. I actually recorded the whole first half. It's amazing.
Yay! Congratulations.
so proud of myself.
I'm confused. Wait, what?
The last couple times we played, I had to like download the whole VOD to pull it apart. It's been a whole thing. I actually also have been really bad with putting up videos, so that's another story. I don't know if I'm up to date or not, so I have to check that out. But anyway, let's continue.
Let's do it.
Yes.
So Kiff is just checked on his business.
Yeah.
And other people are near the town square. And what are other people doing?
I think Fontiev and Marvis and Thalia were talking to Mercy and maybe making a plan as to what we're doing next, right?
Yeah. So we went through Kiff's stuff. For the record, is Kiff coming back to us right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's assume that Kiff's with us right now. We are gonna go talk to. Let me see here. Let me just look at the names right now. We should probably go talk to Katia, to kind of get their perspective on the dwarf stuff, like on the drow like stuff that's going on right now. Also see if we can get those plane shifting scrolls. So say if we need to emergency boink back to this world, at least we're covered.
Okay, so you're going into the Hall of Gods, right?
Correct.
Okay, so there's lots of people in there. There's a lot of little maze shrines. You do see Katya in there talking with what were their names? I need to look at their names. The two guys at the Shrine of Tempest. I believe it is Officer Friendly. Officer something. But I'll have it in a second.
Please call him Officer Friendly.
Please, I'm fine with that actually.
Amazing.
Norris and Harris. There we go. Norris and Harris. And I will spawn the details as we go. But you see them talking at the Shrine of Tempest.
And so
the statue of a god with a sword.
So is that the god of war? I'm assuming, based on your notes in here.
So
Okay.
this is statue of Tempest god of war.
Okay. So Fontiev and Co are gonna stroll up. Katya, Tanya. Hello. What?
Tanya's not here. You don't
Oh,
see.
okay. Katia then.
Okay.
Okay, hey, Katia. So, fun story. It's been a while. How you doing?
Oh, we've been waiting for you. You've returned.
Yeah.
She turns to the crowd and says, "Everyone, the heroes, the liberators have returned." Everyone cheers and claps for you guys.
Hooray!
And I will spawn their figures in a second.
And then Fontiev leans over and just like leans over to Kiff and goes, "What the hell's happening?"
Is Kiff with us?
Oh yeah, he said.
He just kind of
Okay.
like ran back into the room, and Bugs Bunny slid into the party.
Yeah,
and
basically.
Is just
Just
stopped
in time for adoration.
and has
You know,
his,
typical Kiff. Just
Yeah.
kind of
Kiff
running
has
around.
his palms on his knees, just trying to catch his breath.
So, Katya, a couple of questions. In terms of what you can provide us from the Drow City, we have a plan.
All of our forces have been, donated to help fend off the attacks from the Emperor to the east.
Oh, well, that's good. But I meant specifically supply-wise. So we have a plan.
Yes, he
to...
said his soldiers consume supplies on a quite frequent basis, especially healing materials. And
Okay. Fontiev is just going to place a finger like over her lips and be like, "Let me finish. We have a plan to potentially get the got milk that we need to make the cure to save everybody. But as a safety net procedure, we would like to know if it's possible for you to procure us at least possibly one for everyone in our party, a planar shifting scroll. Because if we go to Zant and things go horribly wrong, we kind of want to have an emergency ripcord to get back."
she said, "Well, all of our best enchanters were working hard to create teleport scrolls to help us get back and forth through the teleportation circles."
Do you know if there's any on hand that are already in existence that you guys might be able to rustle up for us?
She says that we've been paying them with tax money, according to Lady Maggie's decrees, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only so many spell components money can buy, and there's only so much money tax money to buy them with. It's quite expensive to make these things. At this point, there's gonna have to be extra costs if we want to produce even more, or another source of spell components.
Okay. Let me. We're gonna have to think on that one. So. Do you know if there's any type of supply cache that might happen to have them in existence right now that we might be able to procure?
Most resources are being devoted to it. She says, "Well, why don't you ask? Have you asked that dragon that appeared that it has traveled up from the Underdark? What's her name? Severa."
I'll handle that in a minute. We were just having a conversation with her, but this didn't come up. I just wanted to know if it was possible for you to help us out with that, because we have a plan to try to save our giant friend who is currently also sick, and then trying to save everybody else who is still currently sick, which is kind of our priority right now.
Okay, she says, "I'm going to send my Drider friend to ask around, and we'll get back to you before the end of the day if there's anything we can do for such a scroll."
Okay, yeah, specifically we need planar shifting scrolls.
Yep, okay.
We need to be able to ripboard.
Got it.
Okay, good. In terms of any type of messages from Maggie or any of our other compatriots, are you aware of anything right now?
Nothing new. I mean, you still have Tanya's wand of sending, don't you?
I will choose to provide no comment on that.
She said she wants it back after the war, assuming it goes well, of course.
Yes. Okay, sorry. Discord freaked out for a second. Okay. So there was no in the time that we've been gone, which has been apparently a while. There has not been any messages left with you by Maggie or anybody else.
Well, Maggie's been working on organisms, and she's been retreating to do some quite intense research in her vaults of her palace that she's acquired.
Has she mentioned what kind of research? I mean, I'll reach out to her later, but
She's been rather secretive as of late.
interesting. Okay. Well, out of curiosity, did our diving suits happen to arrive in town?
Yes, they did.
Do you know where they're being stored?
They're being stored at the Shrine of God.
Okay, so good to know. Stored at the Shrine of God.
Which is over there, she gestures.
Okay. Got it. We should go pick this up and kind of, I guess, either store them on the airship or something. I'm not really sure what to do with them, honestly. Fontiev should not be in charge of leading the party.
The shrine
Okay.
of gone? Was
Yeah.
that there previous?
That was going to be my next question.
Totally different. This is G.
Yeah, I was about to... Oh, gone. Like the people who are gone?
No, G-O-N-D.
Gond. Gond. Oh, okay. Sorry, it sounds very similar. I was very confused. Never mind.
It purposely very similar.
We have
It
Gan.
is
We
oddly
have
coincidental. Quite odd.
coincidental and the strange. Got it.
Okay.
It's a big coincidence, you guys.
Yes.
Yeah. If you believe in that sort of thing.
If you believe that a coincidence can be big. So you could go over there and pick those up from the Cleric of God if you wanted to.
Yeah, we're probably going to do that because we're going to need these for multiple things.
So Fontiev, leader of the party.
Yes, Fontiev, the mighty leader of the party when Yllaxis is not around.
Pressure diving suits. These are very heavy. You're probably gonna have to put them in the vault of storage.
Most likely.
You've filled up the person made pockets and the bag of holding. Are you gonna take anything out of the bag of
Oh yeah,
holding?
there's no way we can put it
we're,
away.
we're gonna
We
We're gonna
use
try
it.
that.
Armor.
Yeah, we're gonna be. Oh yeah, we need to go talk to Mercy again.
People.
Yeah, we're gonna give that to Mercy. We're gonna empty some stuff into there. We're doing that, and then also specifically, do we have anything that we can remove from the bag of holding and our person-made pockets that we can sell, or just get rid of while we're here, just so we have
That's a good
space?
question. Let me look.
We
Yeah.
have ordinary plate armor. We have an ordinary shield
Oh yeah.
that we can.
Either can be
Donate.
enchanted, but they'll have to take a long rest. But just yeah, we were thinking of donating them. I think.
If you are able to enchant them,
It'll take a
that's
long
okay
rest.
too, but it isn't worth it.
Yeah, it'll take a long rest.
Plus,
We can also store them on the airship as well if we really need to.
I mean, I feel like a plain suit of armor and a plain shield, like,
something that like one of the regular
Yeah.
soldiers here can use to defend the city.
Yeah.
It's plain in magic terms. It's not necessarily plain looking. It might be fancy.
Right, but I meant like plain magic-wise. My apologies.
Your standard non-magical
Yes.
armor.
Yeah, so like those we need to get rid of. We also need to loose some things from.
Here's what we have. What is not items not actually stored in the person-made pockets, bag, or key?
Exactly what it sounds like. This is just basically stuff that we have on our persons that we just want to just.
I did not have the
document that we-
sandals of the saint. I don't know what those are. I don't know. what
Somebody
any of
says
those
sandals of the saint.
Someone's saying that they were putting those on.
Maybe it was Yllaxis, because I.
Yeah, it was Yllaxis.
We picked it up the time. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
know
the
if
time that I
Yllaxis
wasn't
is
there.
Wearing them, I think she
Yeah.
is holding them.
Yeah,
She has them.
it's literally just like catch-all, just for things that we don't want to forget
Oh,
about
yeah.
that aren't actually in the purse.
Do you want to
purse of
put
the
the
bag.
staff of understanding in there too? Because that might be something to. Because that's been passed around by so
Yeah.
many people.
We can also like I don't know if we want to.
I'm
I
gonna
feel like in
swap
terms
some
of our items,
scrolls.
it makes sense to keep it on this page, but we may want to just like relabel it to like important party items. That
Okay.
just
Yeah.
so we're keeping track of like
Yeah.
what they do.
Shared party
rather
item
than-
sort of thing.
Yeah, rather than like it's not stored in a in a shared.
It's just
like,
in
one
someone's
space.
pocket. Yeah.
It's just something that like we kind of
Yeah.
for us to like record keep.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's why I made this. It's just a catch-all so we don't lose it.
Yeah. So can I rename it just like shared
Yes.
non-stored party items?
Yeah, non-storage party items. That's totally fine. Go for it.
Yeah, like that. Like I don't really care what the section's name. I just thought that was descriptive enough to make us to really understand what the hell
At the
it
moment.
was.
Yeah, at the moment. Works. I feel like we need to kind of figure out, like, we might need to swap some scrolls out, because we have a lot of scrolls, and we kind of need to figure out, you know, what scrolls are keeping and what scrolls we're not keeping.
Oh, right. Can we go take the Staff of Understanding at some point and figure out what the hell this other deep speech message on paper from door 1?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a thing that's in there. We should probably understand what the hell it is.
We do still have that, yes.
For some odd reason, Ice Bomb and Acid Bomb are on one line here next to it. I don't know why.
Surprised you guys didn't use those bombs yet.
I'm also surprised we haven't used those.
I feel like we.
I didn't even realize they were in there.
We need a bomb section.
We have napalm, poison, and what other bomb? What other stuff?
Ice bomb, acid bomb.
Where are the? Yeah, because where are those
They're
bombs?
like spread out. I'll
yeah, they're in
have
different
it
spots.
open editing. Does anyone? Have
I don't have it open.
editing?
I have it open, but I'm doing 1,000 things. It might be better for you.
I'll edit it.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Thank you. I
So
appreciate
just
it. Appreciate
just some quick questions. I'm just gonna rapid fire some questions here.
Mm.
Number 1, do we really need the orders from the High Templar Claudius?
We probably would have given those away at this point, but I mean, those are just papers. We still have stuff stashed back at the Golden Lion Tavern
that we're never going back to.
I still see that at the bottom of our wiki page, and I'm like, oh no. We will never see those again.
Let's see here. In here we have the magic dagger, stealthy dagger, +3 to hit and damage.
Yeah.
Don't edit anything because I haven't.
Yeah. No, I'm not planning on to. Okay, quick question here. Diamond Heart, did you use that for anybody?
We have not used it yet. We discussed that it can be used to partially power the airship, but it's better if we have another power
source with it.
Because by itself, it'll like wear out too fast. So if we have something else as well, then it
better.
It can be used to make it run at a low altitude for a long time.
Yes.
But if we combine it with something else, we'd probably get a better, longer lasting effect.
Okay, so that's still in there. Pink Crystal Rose. Why is this here?
It's a valuable object. It doesn't necessarily do much other than be valuable and pretty. It's very pretty.
It's beautiful and quite expensive. Is the answer?
Should we just sell it?
Probably.
Yes.
I would wait until Yllaxis is here because I don't know if that was.
I don't know if that was something special for her. She was
in a duel, but I don't know if.
Yeah, she's the one who won it, so it might be something that we ask her about next time. Maybe make a note next to it, like, sell this, question mark?
Yeah, because, like, the symbol of Palor, I don't know if we still need that. Technically.
We picked that up because we had discussed communing with him to find out information about the Emperor, I think.
Yeah, right now I'm just kind of running through the list. I don't think so, actually.
Talk to him now and then get rid of him.
There were a lot of things that we were thinking of doing and never did. That's D&D for you.
Yes.
Yep, gotta make a choice.
So there's a diamond heart on here, and then at the very top there's a crystal heart from the Tarrasque. Oh, we already got.
The crystal heart we used
was expended.
Yeah.
Okay, so you should remove that from the pocket.
Right?
Yes.
we-
Yeah, you were correct. The
we
crystal
used
heart
it,
has
okay.
been
I
has
will
been
delete
expelled.
it.
Expelled. It's been expelled.
Just putting this out there. For stuff that's in here that we use, in particular special stuff, should we make a separate section of like used items and like what we used it on in case that idea worked well and we happen to run across something
That's a
similar
lot
that-
of note taking. If you would like to do that, yes.
Yeah.
We can make a section.
Yeah, we could definitely
if
do
also
it's
that.
just
worth it.
So
Yeah.
we
I'll do
also
it.
have a
Yeah.
mess of sapphires and emeralds. Do we really
those
need
can
them?
be
Yes.
those can be spell components.
Yes, they are
So, yeah.
specifically homunculus spell components.
Is that something that can only been used by either, I'm
No.
assuming, V?
No, they can be used by
gems
Thalia as
are
well.
good for
Yes.
various. I used a shit ton of rubies so
Yeah.
that I could cast Force Cage.
Yes,
which I
gems
haven't
are
gotten to
really
do
good.
Yet, but yeah, and they don't weigh that much. So
Yeah, they're definitely worth having.
Okay, you keep, like, I don't know what you want me to do here. I'm trying to free up space. I'm trying my best.
Well, so if you scroll further down, not in the purse, but in the bag of holding, we have a crowbar, an abacus, a basket, a painted box, scales, a magnet, etched silver goblet, stone statues. Why we have any of those, I do not know.
I mean, the crowbar might be... The crowbar and the basket might be useful. I don't know what type of scales those are.
I mean, let's be honest. If it's a crowbar, we can just have Marvis smash it. If we're gonna use a crowbar, we have a Marvis. It's
Kiff will
basically the same.
take the abacus and say, "Be right back," and he'll foot it back to the Meal Stick HQ, aka Kiff and Drummick's house, and he will hand it really quickly to Tip and say, "Here for record keeping. Bye bye," and then he'll run back.
Okay, so aquamarine, which I'm assuming is a jewel.
Yeah.
real quick,
It's a stone.
there has been a section added to the Purse of Many Pockets for used items. Feel free to go and look at it. It also says in parentheses, you don't have these anymore, just so we make sure that we didn't forget about some important
Something
party
that
item
we
used.
had and used,
So
yes.
We can just, instead
Okay.
of deleting them, we'll just move
Good
them
call.
there.
Good call.
And it has a sassy title because
I love it.
that's
I
Why
also
not?
love that it's above the stashed items because those basically don't exist anymore.
yeah.
Those,
Those
basically are gone.
Yeah. We rank things in order of
Yes.
yeah, so also I'm gonna put the Taras card here.
Yes.
Okay.
Good call.
Okay, so while we're sitting on that, for the bag of holding right now, because I would like to get some stuff out of there and then
Yeah.
put some stuff from the purse into there that we don't necessarily need to have.
We also
as
have
a
a storage unit.
No, I know. I'm trying to just reorganize some stuff. I want to get stuff out of the purse. I also want to sell a ton of shit that's in the bag of holding because we need to free up space. In terms of books, do we need any of these still? I'm pretty sure somebody still has the Rituals of Nature one. I think that's... I want to say
You
it's
should
Thalia.
put those somewhere that you don't. That's not like on you at all times. Probably.
Yeah, we'll probably put
if
them in the
it's
storage closet.
If it's I feel like could be a good idea to invest in a bookshelf, and then we put the books in the bookshelf
In the
storage
shelf?
unit.
Own property.
Genius. If only
yeah.
we had an airship that could store things.
Yeah, we do.
Also, we have the key
Joking,
to
obviously.
a storage demiplane.
Yeah, Fontiev has a key
Wow.
to storage semiplane.
By the way,
So
the bag of holding, that book of Rituals of Nature is in the bag of holding.
okay, yeah. So in general, let's say that most of the documentation in these books, I'm gonna potentially move it to the closet. Just so our closet storage unit, just to kind of get it out of there. Is there any book on here that we particularly need right now? Or anything that we could just say just put it on the airship because we don't need it like at this moment?
I mean, at this very moment, I cannot read any books, and I'm also on the airship, so, like, go wild.
Okay, so we'll probably put some... Oh!
Huh.
So, document. Machine diagrams, airship, locomotive, nullish communication device, steamboat, streetlight. I would like to go find our gnome friends really quickly.
Okay.
Because I just handed them some fuel supplies, and we have the diagrams for a goddamn train and a steamboat.
They're with me.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go back up the airship, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, guys," I'm gonna pull out like the diagrams.
So if they have a method of translating, they could learn that.
Don't they have the Staff of Understanding?
Yeah, they're currently borrowing it in the presence of me. And I'm also gonna hand them the diagram.
Diagrams of steam tech to. Okay.
Yeah, so there's the steam train, there's the Nowish communication device, the steamboat, the streetlight.
You can delete those.
Wait a second. That Nolish communication device sounds like the communication device that we have. I think we identified that was a Nolish communication device.
No, but this is a diagram of the communication device, so we can make more.
Yeah.
It is
Also,
a study of it.
Can explain how we use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would like it's more useful in their hands if they want to make copies of all these.
Okay.
So like that was the plan right now. Okay, so can you just make Elena, you still have it open, right?
Yeah, I'm still editing things here and there.
Yeah, just like take like all the books right now and just put them as on airship.
You know, just label every book.
Are we?
Say that's
Okay,
so
are we
much
putting them?
I mean, books do need titles.
No, I mean like make a section that says like on airship.
Yeah, we have a lot of sections now.
We do have a lot of sections.
Do we-
It might be something that we either make a subsection or just make a note.
Yeah, I mean,
Like an
we can,
asterisk
we
or
can
something.
Certainly. No, I mean, if we're gonna put a lot of things there, we should. Also, while we're doing that, before we make another section, I see that there is a little tab for items found on the airship, which I just want to run through them quickly because I think some of them we can probably get rid of. 4 gold in loose change. Someone can add that, or we can put it in party funds. 2
It's all
napalm
yours.
grenades. Yeah, 2 napalm grenades. Okay, I'll take that for gold. Sure.
Yeah, have the 4 gold. You're the one editing everything, so like you get the 4 gold.
Okay, thanks.
It's the least we can do.
It is truly.
I'm trying.
No, thank you. Okay, so that's removed. The 2 napalm grenades. Was that consolidated? I feel like that may have been consolidated already into the 3.
Wait,
but maybe it's not.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
Charles, you're ruling on this. Do you think the napalm bombs that we have 3 of them?
Or does that include the 2 that we found on the ship, or do we have 5 now? Because that's obscene.
It should be 2.
So
I believe.
Right. So there's 2 on the ship, but we have 3 in our bag. So
Yes.
either there are two things that could have happened with this.
It should be 3 then.
I think it's a duplicate, and there's 3 total.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what we thought. There was
Okay,
3 total and not 5 total, because that's obscene.
Yeah.
Also,
Too much
Elena,
napalm.
that's technically five loose gold because there was one that was hidden under the sole of some giant shoe.
There you
Oh,
go.
thank you.
I have a 5th
Okay.
gold piece.
A 5th gold piece.
Wow.
I feel
Wow.
so
Your
special.
lucky day.
I'm so
Wow.
special. Thank you.
Wow.
All right. Lots
Wow.
of dust bunnies. I think that can have been cleared out by now.
Those are
Yeah,
probably
a pair of
considered
old-
gone, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully those
The
are gone.
giant sneakers. We can. Is anyone keeping those?
We can no. I have a
Are
plan.
you nesting in
Oh,
them?
whoa, why?
I know.
why-
I mean, my
sorry,
plan was like
songs
we
were
can
playing.
introduce them to
Who
the
picked up
public
the dead
as
rat?
modern art.
Who collects dead rats?
Collects
Getting
what?
to that. Hold on, I'm getting to that because after there's a key ring, that sounds important. We'll keep that. But the next 2 things after that are dead rat, mummified but not a mummy,
Why?
and dead spider.
Why do we
No.
have...
I don't know why we
Why?
have those.
Going.
I need to know who picked those up.
I mean,
Yeah,
probably
Alex,
V or
assuming-
Kiff.
Someone who excavated the airship, and I'm not gonna. No.
Let's be
Anyway,
honest,
so I'm gonna
V or
delete-
Kiff did that.
Items on the airship should probably be a subheading as well. I don't know if you did that already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so at this point, I will just make a subsection with items on the airship,
Yeah.
but I'm going to remove everything that I just listed except for the key ring, the giant size key ring, because everything else seems
That's
unnecessary.
silly to have.
Okay.
We don't need a mummified rat yet, but
Are
we're
you
not
sure?
gonna keep. Yeah, I'm
Well,
pretty
just remember,
pretty sure.
it's not a mummy. It's just mummified.
it's sort of mummified. It's like not. It's not
undead.
Yeah, a mummy would be undead. I mean, I'm sure someone could make it undead, but we don't need that.
Yeah, and there's
I
additional
already have
books.
too many things to keep track of.
There's additional books that are in the bag right now from that stuff on bookshelves on. Probably should just go on the airship.
So we'll put all the books on the airship.
Yeah, that seems to be the best
Get them all
idea
on the
here.
airship.
Okay. So
Take them all and shove them on the airship.
To make things in character, Thalia is in a very, very, very bored fashion, just taking books out of the purse or the bag of holding and sticking them on the shelf, and then floating up to get to the higher bookshelves. And she's very annoyed about it. And
The only thing I would say here that we may want to keep on here just in case are despite that they're outdated according to what Charles I think noted to us, but we have the maps and charts for nautical and mountain charts. And then, more importantly, we have that map that shows the rail system.
Yep.
That we might also want to make a copy of and give to our gnome friends, in case they do happen to make a train.
You're asking to make a lot of copies, and I don't have a
Perhaps
wand
we
that
should
makes
have-
copies. I'm just letting you know.
Maggie was really good at copying things.
Yes, Maggie was, but
She's a bit-
the problem is
needed
that
so much time
yes.
to copy things that she needed to take a break from the group.
Literally, what do you think V is doing right now? That's
I'm just saying,
Congrats.
like,
Don't you enjoy it?
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, like, my whole thing is like V can't do copies and also do tinkering. They've got one gimmick, and the gimmick is they build stuff. Can't also take notes. Too much.
So
Perhaps.
I want to draw everyone's attention to this last one about the rail system here. The rail system has many stations. It shows a valley where the ocean is labeled Valley of the Simple Ones, and there's a railway that goes through it that runs through tunnels. Damage that would require 1 spare parts to fix it. You also have to refit for things who aren't giants.
I think that was referring to the locomotive, I believe. Oh no, this is I don't know who put this here, but this is talking about the airship. This was already fixed. Yeah, this is already.
What about the railway? Like the railway stations?
I don't think you actually found the locomotive, but you know that you can probably infer that it exists somewhere. You were at a station of it once. There was a lot of boat decks there.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
so, okay, that can probably come out then.
Yes, you can delete that stuff because you already fixed the airship.
Also, well,
Wait,
by the way, have we figured out what the Valley of the Simple Ones is?
Oh,
Valley of
nice.
the that referred to where the ocean is on the map.
So,
That refers to the south and west ocean.
I'm glad someone heard my little burn to myself.
Yeah.
okay, so if that's the southwest ocean, then that might be where our other power source might be.
Yep.
Could be.
Okay, so I guess we keep a note of that somewhere.
Question. Can you repeat what the thing is that should be deleted from something on this page?
So you moved all the books already, right?
No, I'm moving the books around, but Charles, you specifically said that
There's
there's
one
something.
section that does seem to be copied haphazardly. It refers to what I wrote down when you initially encountered the airship and you were fixing it up.
Yeah, it's the Valley of the Simple Ones. It should be like the last line here, right before
Is this
as a
right?
session.
Most of that stuff's already done. So you can delete after the part where it says tunnels. Delete after that.
Okay, we do that.
I need you to tell me like the name of the item because
Oh.
there's just like walls of text.
That is like, it's gonna be like a giant railway system map.
If you control F the phrase
Yeah, I'm just
the
gonna-
railway system,
Thank
you'll
you.
find
It
the
comes up.
you'll find the
Good
term.
call, Matt.
Okay, so a couple things to just also note here. Just now that we've kind of cleaned this up a little bit here. Number one, we have spell books in there that have plane shift in them, apparently. And other notable spell books that have the ability to learn other X things here. Can anybody else learn to do this besides Maggie?
I don't know.
Plane shift.
Can anyone else besides Maggie learn how to do this?
Unless warlocks were suddenly able to switch out mystic arcanums for other mystic arcanums.
No.
No.
Yeah, those are specifically wizard spells.
Okay,
No. So
Oh, they're specifically like...
plane shift can be learned by not just wizards, but
okay.
I already have a 7th level mystic arcanum. I don't think I
yeah.
can change it.
Yeah.
It's available for clerics, druid, sorcerer, warlock, and wizard.
Okay.
what about Artificer?
No.
No.
Darn it.
Artificer does not get that many spells. I'm not even at 7th
What
level.
about Paladin?
Dude, Paladin's also a half-caster. Me and Paladin both only have up to, like, 4th level spells, I think.
Okay, so...
That's how, yeah, we're a half-caster, technically.
So, I guess those should just be moved to the airship, then. Along with these journal books describing the tour from nine hells and a trip to the astral plane, to the plane of Moyle.
Ooh. I thought you said the astro plane. You meant the astral plane, right?
Astral.
Yeah. Like Astro Boy.
Yeah, like we probably should have done this cleanup a long time ago,
okay.
but still.
We're here.
Okay, so that like those can be pulled out of the bag of holding, so that we have a free space in there. The abacus, Kiff already said he got rid of.
Yes.
Done.
Okay.
Are you editing?
I am.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm editing.
Elena's doing all the
The
editing.
abacus and the crowbar are gone.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the basket out too.
Okay, so and we've decided that we're going to what are we doing with the ordinary plate, armor, and shield?
Probably just giving them to someone.
Donate it to the guards in Carthan.
I 110% agree with this sentiment.
Okay, we're gonna donate those two things. Box.
You already also get like a ton of other armors that you were also going to donate. I feel like that's part of
I have
earlier.
Let's see.
Okay.
We collected a bunch. I think we can just put it together.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna offload that stuff. Box of under a queen gifts, spices and fruit.
We already gave that to the queen, didn't we?
No, that was.
Oh. Oh no, that was from that was given to us.
That was to her.
To her? Yeah. So then we already got rid of
that. That was gotten rid of. The box of truffles and the box of sugar-coated freeze-dried spiders. That's fancy stuff from the Underdark from the queen. You can sell it.
Yeah, let's sell that stuff. Charles, quick numbers, just so we can kind of just do gold really quickly on this.
Do you have your final list of things to sell ready?
Not yet. I was just kind of asking.
Final list.
Can you, Elena, can you just like make a running list of things that we're selling?
You can put it into the roleplay channel.
That's so much. Could you possibly write the things that we're selling, Rob? That way Elena's editing and you can write the list?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go into the roleplay channel and see.
Yeah.
Stuff selling.
Yeah, just do that, and then whatever funds we get, we have party funds.
You just put it in the party funds, yep.
We'll just add it to that and edit.
I like that.
Let's see here. I'm assuming we're gonna sell the aquamarine.
Yeah, because that's not considered a precious gem. That's not like a specific gem of a specific amount.
Crowbar and basket, are we keeping?
I already deleted that. You might want to refresh the page.
Okay, hang on one second. Okay, let me scroll back down. Painted box we're selling, right?
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
If you don't want it, you can sell it.
Yep.
You can look at it with the
staff before
thing and see if it's valuable.
Yeah, I guess
Might be an
somebody
idea.
look at with the staff.
You have the box that those candies are in.
Somebody is gonna have to be either you or Marvis.
It has paintings of dancing elves on it.
Oh, we might want to keep that. That sounds important. That sounds like something that we could look at and get something special out of, but that's just me.
That was the gift box that Queen Madara sent to Maggie.
Why do we still own that?
No, I don't think so, because it's not listed with the stuff that came from her. I wasn't the one who put this in the box.
I know those items were in there, but
The box of truffles and the box of sugar coated were. Everything below that was not part of what was received.
well, then it's a mysterious painted box that
It's a
appeared
mysterious.
with no explanation.
Wonderful.
Yeah, the aquamarine painted box, scales, magnet, etched silver goblet, and stone statue were part of the grouping of like with the crowbar and the basket and the abacus. So I don't know who put that in there.
The magnet I would definitely keep, because that might be useful in some weird capacity later on. Charles, what is the stone statue? It's just a nondescript stone statue?
It's a statue. It's made out of stone.
Is it hold any importance, or can we sell that?
It is a stone statue of a phoenix.
Of a phoenix. That's what it was. Yeah,
And
I think
it is,
we were rushing when we
about
began.
6 inches high.
I feel like this may have been the stuff that we got
Oh, so
when we
that's a-
shoved Marvis down the magical item chute.
I'm almost
Ah,
positive that is the case.
So, you know what the stone statue of a phoenix is?
What?
It's a bookend on the airship.
Perfect. Oh, it's amazing.
Okay, awesome.
Genius.
Okay, so that's going there.
10 out of 10.
Scales. Do
Love
we
it.
know specifically what kind of scales these are?
So sorry, real quick. So I'm moving the stone statue to stuff on airship.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
They are
so
Mixolydian
many-
scales.
That's a
Are
music
they
joke.
useful and or important in any capacity in terms of crafting, or can we sell them?
Depends on what you're trying to write. That's another music joke, guys.
Thank you for picking up.
Hardy, hardy, har.
Anyway, I doubt it. I have tinker's. I have every kind of tools that I would possibly need. So,
And I'm talking like as a material, scales. Oh, are those actual tools, or not actual like scales, but like an actual like weighing things?
are you're thinking like an animal scale? I am thinking
Yes.
like a weighted object scale. What kind of scale is it? I don't know.
That's what I thought it was.
That's question number one. I think is what kind of scale is this?
Those are going to be giant lizard scales.
They are real scale. They're like animal scales. Got it.
Giant riding lizards.
Oh, they're riding lizard scales. Oh my gosh, we forgot about them immediately.
So are we keeping those, or are we selling them?
That's a very good question.
Those are giant riding lizard scales.
Giant riding lizard.
There's 3 of them.
3 of them.
They are a dull green.
Good. Yes.
3.
A dull luster.
I don't know. I mean, they could probably just be stored on the ship or somewhere else. They're not they're not something that we're gonna need to like whip out of our pockets and be like, "Bing, bing, ding." So, I mean, do with that what you will. In
Okay,
my
so-
personal opinion.
We could probably move those into closet storage then.
I would think, but
Yeah, let's move that to closet storage. The scales into the closet storage then.
What is the? How are we determining what we put on the airship versus the storage demi-plane?
You can put under a heading on there.
I
No,
have a
I
head.
mean-
I have an actual.
No. I mean, like, how are we deciding what we want?
us as
want to
players.
put where? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just kind of shifting things around because I want to start moving some stuff that we do want to keep either out of the into the tree closet for like kind of cold store, into the closet for like cold storage. We want to.
See, I feel like my thought is, because I don't know if we're keeping the airship the whole time, I feel like what we have in that demi-plane is stuff that we, like, would want to
Could
access.
potentially
No,
pull
that's
out
my
and
point.
use,
That's my
yeah.
point. Like anything I said let's put in the airship was stuff that we weren't going to be using anytime soon.
Right, but if that's the case, like the spell books, for example, should those be on the airship where they might not be able to be accessed for a while, or should we keep those in the demi-plane?
I don't know.
I say we keep them in the demi-plane then, just in case. We can put this on the ground somewhere.
Okay.
Okay, and then Elena, just a quick thing here. The particle bomb is no longer in the. Yeah. Okay.
I am periodically saving and then re-editing things, so I just
Okay, yeah.
that. Yeah.
So the books are gonna go into the into our closet. Now, what do we have in the purse that we can either put into the closet or move to the bag of holding?
Purse?
I feel like those items can probably be put in bag of holding versus demi plate.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think
In terms of what we want to have like more readily available. Like I would say the symbol of Palor, the sapphires, the emeralds.
They can all probably.
Those can all go in the bag of holding. I would say the diamond should stay in the purse.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
So hold on, wait. I have to scroll
Diamond
back.
definitely needs to stay in.
Because I'm trying to find
Important.
Here we go.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Thank you. Okay. Save that. Okay, so right now, if you refresh, you can see I put all books and important documents that we collected in the demi-plane because this way these were like either spell books or relevant to the storyline. Stuff on airship is like the stuff on the bookshelves there, so unless we've specifically taken them off. I'm also going to delete 3 very old, seemingly rotten potions, unless anyone wants to.
Yeah, that no.
You could drink them.
We sure could, but that's a bad decision.
Does anyone want to keep them?
I don't I mean, we can give them to our people here and just let them know that they were rotting, but they might find use for them. We don't even know what they are.
I guess. In my personal opinion, I'm just like, yeah. But really, we're trying to get rid of things.
I know. All right, so
So the scales, are we keeping them?
So I'm also.
They could potentially be
I'm just
spell
gonna move
components.
the bag of holding above the demi plane because I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah. So if we're gonna keep the scales as components, we want to just put them in the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll move that into there.
The rule of thumb, I guess, is for things that for the longer amount of time it'll take to use something, the further away from the purse it should be.
Yeah, that's my feeling right now. Let me see here, just refresh the page again.
Yeah, more situational things should be more government.
So, pink crystal rose, I think, can either be bag of holding or somewhere else. Should we just put it in the bag of holding for now?
Yeah, move that to the bag of holding. I would say pretty much everything below the 737 GP line here, with the exception of the diamonds, you should just jam into the bag of holding for right now.
You said everything below the diamonds?
Yeah, everything below the 737 GP probably should go into the bag of holding. Just to kind of push things around right now. Maybe keep the instant door in the purse.
I think keep the instant door in the purse. I'm going to...
The diamond heart, do we want to keep that in the bag of holding, or we just want to throw that in cold storage?
I would keep that in
I thought that was something...
I would move that to the bag of holding instead,
I thought that was something that Yllaxis was doing something with, so bag of holding, I think.
The diamond heart?
The diamond heart
is
potentially going to power the airship.
That too.
So if you want to put it on the airship, we can. But before that, I am going to take the orders from Emperor Dominus, the orders from the High Templar, and put those in the storage unit that we have, because those go with the important documents.
Correct.
I would say. Okay. This is a very fun session for everyone.
I was about to say
How
it's
much
riveting.
stuff do we have?
It's riveting. I'm gonna title this one
Then
the gang organizes.
Okay. And then the two most important questions. Number 1. Trapped in Her Web by Sondervan. To be a torrid, steamy drow romance with details still to come.
Right.
Front and center on the book.
Technically, I gave that to Caleb, so it's technically not on our person, but I would like to keep that.
What?
I'm surprised you guys
Take
have
it
made
back.
like a musical theater production of it.
He's probably
So we're
finished
trying
reading
to
it.
keep things rated PG, okay?
10
Yeah,
out of 10.
yeah.
Okay, but airship.
I would put the trapped in her webs just under the shared non-stored party items.
Yeah.
Because eventually I'm
Sure.
gonna get that back from Caleb because he's probably done by now because we've been gone for months.
Got it. I will also do that with the stack of 2 silver off coupons to
Oh
Mealstick.
yeah. Yeah. The,
I
Yeah.
think that those are very important party items that don't necessarily need to be
incredibly
in the,
important.
Yeah.
That's a good call. Both of those thoughts are good thoughts.
we're doing our best here.
Hey, you know, sometimes that's all we can do.
You know, I'm just thinking about this right now. This magic dagger, just like the benefits. When thrown, returns the hand. When you hit with someone, when by throwing, they will not know where.
If you want it, take it.
Because like if I'm throwing it based on dexterity as a ranged
Question
weapon,
is it an attuned item?
yeah, that was my next question.
I think it's not.
Non-attuned? Okay.
The
All right.
stealthy magic dagger, I think it's not. It doesn't require it.
Yeah, then you should
Okay.
take it. I thought we
Yeah.
very specifically said either you or Kiff should take that, and no one did.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that on my person.
Let me get
as
Go
understand.
right
that.
ahead.
Yeah. We
Hold
just
on,
ended up like,
Hold on.
yeah, just take your time.
Hold on.
Take your time. Don't worry. No one is going to rush you. You are doing amazing things for everyone involved here.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I
You're
appreciate
the-
your
you're-
very kind words.
Yeah.
I would be helping you if I was not actively making sure the stream wasn't going to shut down completely.
Also, like, 2 people can't edit at the same time.
That too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, bad
that'd
things
be
happen.
chaos.
Yeah, very bad
Yeah,
things happen very
so-
quickly.
I would just move the magic dagger to the shared section.
Yep. I'm also going to rename in the purse of many pockets. We have potions and poisons, so this way we can put like the
Yes.
weird oils and stuff we have in the same
Yeah,
category.
in that like area, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna just make sure there's nothing else. What was it you just said to move?
The dagger.
The dagger. Okay.
There it is.
Yeah, the dagger and its benefit text, just so we know what it does.
Yeah, to the shared party items. Cool, cool.
Also, in terms of arrows, now that we have them, we want to just start marking them on
Well,
the
here's
purse
the
as well
thing:
right now.
the only
They're
people who can
already
use them
there.
are you and Kiff. So why don't you and Kiff just split them up?
Well,
Because-
the reason why so the reason why we're keeping them in the purse is so that it doesn't matter who needs it; it's always available.
Okay, I'm just saying
That's why we were keeping them in the purse. Just
right,
in
but
case.
the only 2 people that would be able to even use them are you and Kiff.
I
So-
know, but my point is that if me or Kip need to use them, it's not being constrained to one person at a time in case somebody needs an arrow that the other person doesn't
Yeah, like
have.
if
I
he
hear you.
has Hour of Darkness, but I need it.
Right.
Yeah.
I would
I'm
have to
saying the
find it.
ones that you
that's a
have
point.
one of, you should keep in there, but what about the ones you have multiple of? Is there any way that you could split them up, aka opening more storage space for us? It's better to have more space for stuff, right? That's what we're trying to
I
do.
think we only have one single of each
I
type.
think-
No, you have a bunch
Yeah.
of you have a couple teleports.
We-
No.
Oh,
we
the
have
te-
to-
the
Yeah, we
teleport.
just got a bunch of arrows from
Well,
Tony.
We
Yeah.
haven't. We have a few. We have not added them yet. The reason I would say to keep them in the purse of many pockets is because that's something that we might, like, you can use very quickly in the midst
That
of
is-
battle.
that
I
is
feel
true.
Like, I feel like what's in the purse of many pockets should be something that we might need to like pull out.
Pull
real
out and take.
quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I
So-
wanted to keep the arrows in there.
So on that note, just looking at some other things that we can maybe whittle down, we have a section things to identify the 3 stabs all together. They make a key: triangle tip, L tip, and Y tip.
Yes, the
Do you want to
triangle
put
key.
that in the bag of holding? Do we want to put that under like shared party items?
Yeah, that should go on. I technically have them on my person. No, I don't.
That was
They've been
Dromic,
passed
right?
around. No, Dromic, but then Dromic gave it to you guys, and then it was like a whole thing.
So because we're not using them anytime soon, why don't we put those into our closet?
Can we?
It might be better
But
to
they
keep
are-
those
wait.
with us. They make a key.
Wait, are they
Okay.
portal-y things?
I don't think they're. I don't know if they're
Those
portals or if they
staves,
make
yeah.
a key. They're staves. Yeah, they're staves.
You guys did cast Identify. They appear to be mostly non-magical except for the material. They seem to be components for a machine that is non-magical.
Ah.
Yeah. It seems as though they probably fit into something.
Yes.
Yeah, they seem like
Okay.
Yeah, they
control
seem to
levers.
make a key of some type, so it might be an idea to keep them.
I would put them into the bag of holding. At that point, if that's the case,
Okay.
we want to have ready access to them. Then yeah, I would do that. Piece of paper
Oh.
found near Swayze's near dagger.
I think
What
we
is this?
picked that up and never read it. So now might be a great time
I think
to
you're
read
right.
it.
Yeah, let's
Along with, if we can just take a moment deleting and moving things around, if we can read that message and then the deep speech message
Yes.
from War 1, and
Yeah.
then I can move those after.
Yeah, let's go through those two first.
Good luck with that.
What do they say? Oh, great DM who may or may not be trying to finagle an explanation right now.
Repeat the question one more time.
We want to know what the piece of paper near Swayze's dagger said, which I'm not even sure if you even know what it was anymore.
That was a long time ago. I will check.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was kind of afraid to ask.
We're asking you to recall a lot of information.
Yeah.
Do your best.
Yeah. No pressure.
I believe it was so I think it was a burned piece of paper because you blew up the whole room.
Oh, we blew up everything about Swayze.
Yeah. So I believe it said something about how they wanted him to help steal the little orange lizard.
Alright, we can get rid of that.
Yeah, Binti.
Yeah, okay.
Good times.
10 out of
Okay,
10.
delete
Binti,
that.
very good.
Delete that shit. So, and then I would like to use, like, since I'm back in the airship, I want to use the staff of understanding to go read the deep speech message.
Okay. That was from very early, I believe. Right? Do you remember where you found
I
that?
don't have a date.
Okay.
It just
This
says
is-
from door 1.
I think we originally at the
Oh,
bottom
no.
had something along the
Was
lines
that
of from
from-
2020.
Okay.
That was
What?
that was in terms of like talking about how full it was.
Oh,
and we
20
never,
out of
really
20?
updated. No, like 2020.
Year 2020.
Like that was the date
Oh.
that it had last
Oh
been
no.
acknowledged.
Yeah, that's
how
what I'm
full
trying
it
to figure
was.
out right now.
So I think that is something we can like it's a little irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so
The answer is it's very full now.
Okay, so Fontie's gonna read that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it gives you a headache when you read it, which causes 3 psychic damage.
Ow.
But it does say, it says, Walter, make sure the beast has no designs of mutiny.
No designs of mutiny?
Yes.
Okay. Okay,
It's signed from Elder Ulyss.
are you putting that into the roleplay chat?
Yes, from Elder Ula.
Okay.
No, the deep speech. No.
Someday I will definitely read that as Elder Ulith, and I will be wrong, but for now.
Elena, can you just add that subtext to that and then just move that deep speech message into
We
let's just
don't
say
need
it's on
it.
the airship.
We don't
Yeah, and
need
to, like
it.
let's say stuff on the airship or something like that. I'm not really sure where to put this, but it might be important later. We don't know.
Gonna put it with our like documents and books that we have in the storage unit.
Yeah, just
Then
as
I-
long as we also have like just like that noted translation of what I just figured out what it was, just in case.
E.
Yep. Soon as I-
Okay. that's done. Now, quick question here. In terms of wands, the Wand of Alarm, was this an attuned item?
No.
No,
Okay,
the
so-
Wand of Alarm, I think, was being used a lot by Maggie when, well, she had the alarm spell, excuse me.
She had
That was
alarm.
on
Yes.
Swayze's
Yes, as of
pocket.
Yes. Oh, that was a Swayze thing.
Yeah,
It's
can we use
birthday one.
3? Yeah, so I assume we could probably find some kind of use for it, so I guess we keep it there.
Having an alarm spell is always nice.
Yeah.
Never a
So-
bad thing.
Yeah, it's never a bad thing to have.
I mean, I don't think we need to immediately reach for it. Putting it in the purse of many pockets is okay, but, like, throw it into the bag of holding. Because an alarm spell is something that you kind of have to premeditate, you know? Like, you're not going to be like, haha, alarm spell. Like, that's not how
How I
works.
defeat my enemies.
Yes, exactly.
Can we also add the additional arrows that we got to
The purse?
the purse?
Yeah.
Yeah, just so we know we have a number count going right now.
I
'cause
don't know what
we-
arrows we got. That is...
So, arrow portal, we got an additional one, so that should be definitely to be ×2. I don't recall the arrows.
Arrow, it's literally written in the roll
No,
play.
I know. I'm scrolling right now trying to find out where it was.
We had 2 storm arrows, 1 thunder
There it is.
burst, and 1 portal.
One portal, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you got it. You know
Okay.
what's going on.
Okay, so that's added into there. Let me think about this for 1 second.
I can't wait to see how you guys handle a game with no bag roll.
It's not gonna happen, Charles.
Yeah,
Dead
yeah,
on the
well,
first,
it will.
Dead in the
It
first.
will.
Like,
In the first,
The big
like,
thing
4
is-
seconds.
And
The
dead
big-
rats, and then you die crushed
Yeah.
by it.
Yeah.
Crushed by the amount of weight that we can carry. Honestly, to be really honest, we barely use any of this anyway. No, this is also like a lot of story stuff that I feel like we've slowly been piecing together, to be honest. The items are also something that, like, we put in the bag and then just, like, forget to use a lot, which is fine. It's something that happens to, I feel like, every
It
party.
can be fun to collect things.
Right,
Yeah.
it's just
Oh,
it's,
yeah,
we just
um,
have the ability to collect things, so we're gonna, you know?
Oh, also, we had thrown a shit ton of +1 armor and things
we
from that.
we gave those away.
We gave them
those
all away.
Yeah, I know.
We
I'm just
gave-
establishing.
Okay, can you remind me who you gave them to?
I would assume
Resistance.
mercy, resistance in
Okay.
general.
Yeah.
So we ransacked a lot of those armor, like a lot of the armor, and I guess also a lot of the weapons as well into that closet.
You got all the armor and some of the weapons, as I recall.
Yeah, something along
Mercy
those
said,
lines.
this is great. This will help our defense versus the raids from the east.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, good. So just to establish that as canon right now.
Get more.
That's all we could really
Sure can
gather. Can try. May not succeed. Let me see here. I'm just kind of running through here. Just so let me see here. The 200-foot braided metal cable. Okay.
That can be the airship anchor now.
Yeah, pretty much.
There you go.
Okay, so Charles, I think the stuff I have thrown into the chat right now, we're gonna sell. So
Just the truffles, spiders, scales, and goblet. And
no, not the scales. That we decide not the scales.
Okay.
Okay, so the goblet, the painted box, which I'm pretty sure we said we were gonna sell.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, that's it. All right.
Okay, the box of truffles,
That's
the
it,
sugar,
he says, as we organize everything.
and the painted.
Party's official trader representative.
Who is your official trading representative?
I'm assuming. Let's assume that
Gotta be
Thalia
someone
is our
who's
trader
somewhat
representative.
charismatic. That's
No.
a bad
Who
choice.
has
It's
the,
probably Yllaxis. It's Yllaxis.
Probably
Yeah.
Yllaxis, except
She's
Because she's not weird.
she's
But
well, she's in the
she's
background.
too
We're like glossing over
honest
this.
to barter.
She's
Who,
been martyred for like
Yllaxis?
the 2 years we've been playing
Yeah,
this
I was
game.
gonna say that's not true at all. Yllaxis has on more than one occasion bartered totally fine, as long
Yeah,
as it's
and
not
maybe
stealing.
we might not have gotten the best deal.
Okay, then would you rather
I'm
have
kidding.
Thalia?
I'm kidding.
Damn! Shots fired. Sean's gonna come back and be mad at you.
Yeah, because Sarah's actually recording this.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
oh.
actually am recording it. You're right. I have been recording. I pressed the record button for reals this time. I didn't just mess it up like every other time I've recorded.
Oh yeah, and the aquamarine. I think I forgot to put that.
Oh
down.
yes.
Well, now it has to be somebody who exists now that sells it. Who's going to sell it?
Fair enough.
But for seriousness now, I think the person with like the best persuasion is probably
Yeah. That's
I think
right.
it's Fontiev.
Yeah, Christ, right? Why is it
You
always
can-
me?
What's your persuasion?
Because
you're
you've
also the
My
rich boy
persuasion is
who
8
does
is plus
business
8.
things.
Yeah,
That's
so
great. And you have
Also-
the armor, don't you, or the persuasion?
Yeah, that's where a lot of it's coming from.
That's great.
Okay,
Dude,
so
do you know
Fontiev
what my
runs around town
persuasion
trying to
is?
sell these to
Minus
the most
1.
appropriate buyers.
Hold on. I'm just consolidating based on what you said because things are kind of spread out. So
Who's
it looks
Fontiev's
like
magical persuasion item? Roll it, Fontiev.
Okay. Actually get to touch dice.
Wow. We get to do a real roll tonight.
Touch dice.
Oh, that sounds
That is
Bad.
a 16 plus 8.
Okay, you sell all these for 1,000 gold.
Oh, hey, okay.
Okay.
amazing.
I don't hate
Okay,
it.
Yep, I got it.
yeah, you put that into the party funds? Okay.
You're the best. Hope you know
Okay.
that. You're
My
the
job
best.
never ends.
Yeah.
All right, and I can delete these
Um,
things from the bag. You know what? I'm gonna put them in used items and be like, we sold them, just in case.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
One last thing to kind of just bring up right now. Staff of Understanding does not have a description of what it does. Do we want to add that into there or not, or do you think it's self-explanatory enough?
It casts unlimited identify and comprehend languages, and it can also help you understand things at the potential cost of your mental health.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. We might want to put that detail
Was
on.
that last caveat that?
Yeah.
Yes, because at one point when Marvis tried to understand Amakthel, it hurt his give him a headache. It hurt his head.
Yeah, it really hurt his. It gave him a brain boo boo.
I think it did the
boy,
same
boo-boo.
thing to me when I was trying to understand the Deep Siege.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we have I think we have cleaned our rooms.
That's great.
For now.
Mommy will be
You
so
report
proud of me.
Ridiculously.
Well, we have a lot of items. The thing is,
Yeah.
it's up to us to use them, which is kind of the problem.
Hey, if you just like collecting, that's fine too.
Yeah,
I think
it's really we literally are hoarders. Yes.
Kiff actually does enjoy collecting.
Yeah.
Because he always gets like little bits.
I do like having bobs and bibs. They always come in handy when we need them. Is
Yeah.
basically what ends up happening.
Yeah, now we can actually also put things into all of our stuff, into our purse and to our bag of holding again. Thank God.
Well, kind of.
Okay, so
No,
do
it's
you guys-
it's been very much cleared. I think
Oh,
especially
yeah.
the bag of
Good on you.
holding is not holding a bunch of books.
Yeah, it's like
Helpful.
it's holding virtually nothing right now, and then we pulled a lot of
that's
stuff out of
great.
the purse and into the
Never mind.
and
then
into the
you are
demi-plane.
correct.
So we have freed up a significant amount of space in both of
Oh,
them.
that's great.
I think
That's great.
the bag of holding has almost nothing of like actual like weight.
Yeah.
It has the wand of alarm. It does have the. Are we keeping the 200 feet of braided cable in there, or is that going on their ship?
Who knows when we might actually need a semi-unbreakable.
That stuff
Thing
is
of
very
rope.
heavy too. It's very heavy.
Yeah, the braided rope might be something that we.
I think airship is fine.
Yeah, I think so too. But like, you guys do what you guys.
There's that.
Someone just tell me what you want to do with it.
Put it in the airship.
Yeah, I guess put that on the airship for now. I'm sure we can find use for it
Yay.
eventually.
It's heavy rope. It's a big rope.
Okay. Great.
There's a lot of cows happening.
Yeah, I'm just like listening over. I'm like, what the fuck?
I got new speakers and they're really great, but the thing is, they're also like they make the whole house sound like whatever I'm playing, and I have it really, really, really quiet, and it's just cows. It's just cows everywhere.
Why are there cows?
It's a town. Sometimes there's cows in a town. I clicked on medieval town and I get cows.
Should have.
You can have random clusters of cows.
Yeah.
You should have horses, and then they can be like, "Stop horsing around this session." Ha ha ha.
Do you guys now want to try to buy anything like plane shift scrolls for example?
Yes.
Well,
Or
we asked.
hire a digging crew?
Yes. I
Yeah,
think
there's
that's
a
really
lot
the
of
big
things
one.
on our list. Katya also
I
said
have
she
to
was
go
gonna
there.
walk around.
Oh, that's okay. Have a good night.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Katya said she was gonna peruse around for stuff for us for the scrolls. I'm not sure.
Yes. So by the time you guys have sorted your shit, she comes back and says that there's an old gnome named Agatha who's selling plane shift scrolls for 700 each.
Okay, good to know. Thank you very much for that.
1400 for two.
Yep.
I mean, obviously that's how math works. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that like a
Oh,
question. I meant to say that like a statement.
Put, Elena, you still in the thing? You need to put the 3 high pressure diving suits into our closet storage. I totally forgot that we had gotten those, so we need to put those into there before we forget them again.
If you want to put, I currently have on my person a protective suit. Want to put it in there too?
Oh, as do I.
I can keep it on my person if it's gonna be too much in the airship.
It's in the storage unit, I think.
Yeah, we're putting like the diving suits into the
Regardless,
storage.
it's gonna. Yeah, I'm saying we have 2 protective suits. If you want to put them in there, you can. But if not, like we can hold on to them.
Protective suit ×2. It's there.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so Charles, if you want to take a look, I have to go back and reorganize the books, which if people are doing roleplay things, I can just keep doing that.
Yeah, keep.
But can you let us know how much of these demi-plane space has been taken up? It's mostly like a bookshelf with books on it.
Okay, let's take a look.
I would say. There are like a lot of books.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a lot of diving suits, you have a bunch of books, document.
That's really it.
Elena, that was
Talk about cubic feet, right? The biggest thing that was in there was the bomb, but you actually deployed the bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone. That's yep, we did.
And that had taken up 40 cubic feet.
So storage vault is now, let's say it's 100 out of 128 cubic feet.
Okay. Also, Elena, that should be ×3, not ×2 in the diving suits.
Is free space. Yeah.
100 free space left.
I'm being generous with this.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, the diving suits that's ×3, not ×2.
Yep, I'm fixing that now. And Charles, you said 100 out of 128 cubic feet is left, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Okay. So that's saved. You can go and refresh. And then
Who was going in there to put these things in there?
I would assume Thalia because she doesn't need to breathe.
Thalia, roll
Oh.
perception.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. That's exciting.
Exciting's one word. Frightening's another.
Yep. Alright.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Thanks. Oh, okay. 14.
See? You did it.
I have been rolling so much better as Thalia, who has -1 perception, than Maggie, who, now that I think about it, only had +0 perception, so really it's not that much of a difference. But anyway.
When you were close to the walls of the storage vault, you heard a distant bubbling, gurgling, or pumping noise.
Ooh.
Nothing hard happens to you yet.
At this moment.
I'm gonna poke my head out, and there's someone there. Be like, there's a sound coming from there, and then I'll try to imitate it.
And
With my great performance skills.
roll performance check.
I love the laughter as you said that. With my amazing performance skills. You said giggling slightly.
This is where I'm gonna roll like a natural one. Oh, another 15, so 25.
Wow.
Thanks.
You actually make a good noise that we understand, it seems.
Glug, glug, glug.
Glug, glug, glug. Maybe someone smarter than me can figure out what that actually means.
Who is the next
I mean,
well, I assume
I
V
can
is gonna have the
ponder
highest
on it.
intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could ponder on it as I'm sitting tinkering if you wanna... Should I be rolling for that, Charles?
Do you want? Wait, you want to?
Just ponder upon the sound.
Okay,
I'm not-
sure. You could roll something for that.
I'm not aggressively, like... I'm not spending that much time on it. I heard Thalia making sounds, and I'll be like, I'll think about it. Have I
Okay.
heard a sound similar to it before?
Roll general intelligence.
You got it. Well, this... 21 total.
The sound could be either a some kind of waterworks / sewage system, or a large creature's body.
Oh, okay.
That last one, though.
Yep, the sound could either be biological or
Very
mechanical.
low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was a creature, it would be quite sizable.
Okay, so we've done all that stuff. So on our laundry list of people to talk to right now, we need to do an excavation crew, correct?
That's
Nope.
up to you.
Okay, I'm asking the party.
Yes? Oh, I thought you were just making a statement. Yes.
Yeah.
That was our thought, but we also weren't, like, we wanted to make sure that, like, we would be able to do that.
Yeah, so that's one of the things here. Caleb, apparently we're kind of prerequisiting Yllaxis for this.
So then we'll have to wait for that.
Yes. This may have gone 50 Shades of Grey based on Charles's description.
Yep.
Oh dear.
What is that?
Let me see here. The mining guild, so Katra and Vesuvius would be the people we need to talk to hire people out, I guess.
Yeah.
And then finally, what we should do is go talk to the dwarf that explored Zan, Bethany, at the Adventurers Guild as well.
Yes.
So, what do we want to do first? Do we want to handle the excavation first, or do we want to go talk to our dwarf friend or buy the scrolls that we need to buy? I'm remembering Charles had mentioned that earlier.
Either is fine. V is still just hanging out.
Building focus, right?
I don't know how. Yeah, it's a full long rest.
So
V has to
It's
take
probably 2 p.m. right now.
Yeah, full.
okay, so
V has to take the full long rest, so I don't know when that's done, but it's gonna take a little while.
okay, so I think you said they were 700 gold apiece, Charles, for this planar shift scrolls.
His Drider friend reported that there is a gnome salesperson at a rather shady magic item shop called Agatha who's selling them at 700 each. 2 of them.
Okay, so there's 2 of them for 700 each. Okay, so this is a party discussion right now on buying these scrolls, if we want to go do that.
Again, I'm okay with it, but the problem is, are we doing the scrolls or are we doing the excavation? Because the excavation is also going to be expensive. We kind of have to choose one.
I know. I mean, I will say this. I will point this out right now. Technically, Kiff could potentially foot some of it with the profits that he has.
Fontiev, how much money do you have?
Me or Kiff?
Person?
You.
I currently have 100 gold.
Wow.
I have.
Not a lot. V just kind of lives off the land.
Let me just make sure I'm not right.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, it's
as
not
V
right
is
to different
tinkering,
section.
they're gonna take the time to do the whole feeding thing.
I have, right now, on my person, 1,050 gold.
What?
Not bad.
I have 100 gold! Telling us to foot the bill.
I have been footing the bill the entire adventure. Are you kidding me?
You have
I'm the only
1,000 gold!
Yeah, except I've been constantly paying people off and paying for shit. And I'm the only one that keeps gathering treasure to sell shit later.
I've been growing my business.
Bubbles gathered a ton of gems earlier. I have 100 gold. All of it's gone to the party.
Oh, I used to have like 2,000 gold, but I've
I
also
have 100
you spent it on the
gold.
party.
Do you know how much was Andromic? 50 gold. I'm not kidding. I never have gold. Just because of various reasons, I'm not that mad about it. But like, I have 100 gold. Actually, I have like 102 gold. So I never have money to pay for it.
I think we should find out how much
lights
the
just flash?
excavation is.
Yeah,
and
we
then
need to do
should-
that. I would say we find out what the excavation is. I would say let's talk to. I don't know. You guys want to talk to Bethany first before we go to excavation?
Bethany's the person selling.
Bethany's the person who survived the Zan.
Bethany, she's your old friend Bethany.
Yeah.
V probably.
She helped us with the. I mean, not for V and Thalia.
I was
but
gonna say V.
for
No.
Those who were part of the Carthan liberation. Yes.
Yeah.
V has no idea who Bethany is. But yeah, if you would like to do that, of course.
Yeah. So I'm for talking to Bethany first because I think we can negotiate the excavation probably right at the end of the night.
Okay, go for it.
All right. So we're gonna go to the Adventurers Guild then.
So Bethany is relaxing with some hot cocoa, and Grandma is telling her that you've done a great job. You deserve to rest. He says he doesn't want you to ever do that again. Yeah.
Sees us
And then,
goes,
and then
you guys."
immediately upon finishing that sentence, Fontiev bursts into the roar. There's no time to rest. Okay.
She
So
jumps up and knocks over her hot chocolate all over the floor, and it's scalding hot, and it burns her leg. And he says, "Ouch! This is Fontiev. What's the problem?"
Hi. So Fontiev is gonna go up to Bethany. He's gonna kind of explain where they have been for like the past couple of months.
She said, I don't get it. There's never. What is this Valley of Gone you're talking about?
It's
I've
Fontavia
never heard
now.
of
Thank
anything
you.
like that.
It's a Fontavia now. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. So there was some time travel involved. I think we might have erased part of the space-time continuum, and now we've kind of deleted most of it.
He said, well, I'm glad you're back because we thought you guys were just dead or something. We thought you got eaten by monsters, so we figured we'd have to do this whole Gone trip ourselves. Jeez, it is not an easy place to go.
Yeah. We didn't really mean to do that. We mostly just got sucked out of the time stream. It was kind of crazy. But regardless of
That happened to especially famous adventurers, she says.
yeah, beginning to seem that way. So you went into Zan.
Well, I tried. It was a very quick trip. I ran as fast as my legs could carry me. She says, frantically trying to get burning hot chocolate off of her legs.
Now, so the story was told that you ran into some kind of crazy gnome who lived there. Can you give us any more information about him?
He had weird, glassy black eyes. He was in this place. It was like a little. She says, I was just running through there. Sometimes it seemed like there was no floor, no ceiling. It was just these weird clouds. And then there was this horrible monster, and I tried to jump. And I landed in this weird. It was like a sea, but it was perfectly calm. But oh my god, the pain, and it wasn't water. It wasn't water. It was quicksilver instead of water. And oh my god, the biting, and then I ran, and there was this gnome, and I freaked out, so I used plane shift. I'm sorry, I didn't get that much information. There was many different portals inside the dimension, but It was a very confusing place.
Did you happen to see any Gaunt while you were in there?
I thought I saw one, she says, and I think I'm not sure if how you get milk out of it or what, but where was it exactly? It was 1 second. There was a Gaunt. It was in a forest of purple trees on a floating island.
Forest of purple trees on a floating island. Okay.
There was a solitary Gaunt. It was grazing.
So, okay. Is it possible for you
It wasn't near like the Quicksilver Sea. It was in the clouds.
Is it possible that you might be able to kind of give us some kind of map based on what your memory is?
Okay. She says if you go through the portal under the Hall Gods, go through portal under Hall Gods. She says don't get seen by any of the monsters there. It's not good. You don't want to get seen by them. They'll start shooting at you.
Gotcha.
Hide. She says jump across 3 floating islands and head to the west. Then you'll see the little forest.
Okay.
She says I was trying to go for it, but then there was one of those horrible flying things that shoots acid bombs, and I tried to hide, but I fell off the edge of the floating island.
Fontiev turns around like, flying things that shoot acid bombs? Anybody? Have we met those before?
Yes.
I think Maggie almost got killed by one of those.
Okay.
You definitely met them in Carthen.
That was when you rescued.
Like a long time ago.
I think it was Maggie
Oh.
and I.
Yeah, it was Maggie
What
and
was
Kit. The things that they aren't they like the flying? They look like little worms, right?
I have an example of one here. It
Are they
looked
the
kind of
things
like
that jump on
Yes,
your
yes.
face?
No,
Are
no,
they
no.
the-
They're the worms. They're the worms with wings in Carthen. They shot up.
Corruptor?
Yeah, the corruptors. They came out and
Yeah, we
did.
met
Yeah,
them.
yeah. We have dealt with them before.
Codwake,
Yes,
and
Codwake. I'm sorry, not
probably,
Carthen.
Maybe Carthen or on the plane of Zan as
So,
well.
Yeah.
think-
So I have
think
never
in
had an
Zan
issue,
as
but
well.
yeah, you definitely saw them in Zan.
So everyone except for V and Thalia would
Thalia.
have encountered them at some point.
Exactly.
Okay. So
You are well aware of those.
So Fontiev would like to. Okay, so he has some instructions from her where to go. Fontiev would like to construct like kind of a rudimentary map based on what she's talking about.
She gave you a basic idea. She says when I was running around holding my breath, I saw many different portals. There was many like transportation portals there.
Well, okay.
And they each had like a slot next to them. There's like some were shaped like a triangle or like an L.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Pause for 1 second. Sarah, everything okay over there?
Oh yeah. Sorry, Matt's microphone fell over. Everything's fine.
So I think we just found out where those key staffs are going to.
I guess, yeah.
So.
Yeah. So you said there was a truck.
Steps.
Okay. So
Glad we kept them.
yep. Know what we're doing with
There were
those now?
There were also these things that looked kind of like sky rays, if that makes any sense. But they just made weird songs, and I didn't really interact with them.
Huh. Okay. And then the gnome that lived there with the blacked out eyes. No name, no information from him. Just you saw this person and you just nope the hell out.
She says, I'm trying to remember what he said. He said something like, he said something like, be quiet, you'll attract them here.
Okay. And this was in the Purple Forest, right?
There's a male known at least middle-aged. No, this was after I fell off of the purple forest. I fell down through the clouds into the Quicksilver Sea.
Okay.
Would V be
Interesting.
there, or would V be still tinkering?
Yeah, V has now spent 4 hours. So I think V's probably done by now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, so you
If
would be
V
present
is
for
with
this then.
everyone, V is going to kind of lean over at Fontiev and say, the gnome, would it perchance be Connor? We've heard-
Connor?
Yes, haven't we heard much about the great gnome Connor, correct?
Was Connor a gnome? I actually have never bothered to
It was
remember.
halfling.
It came through here. I think they were trying to follow you guys north because they wanted to do whatever treasure you were going to get north. I don't know what it was, but they were talking about a great halfling named Connor.
Halfling, that's who I'm thinking of.
Which
Sorry.
is
So not
gnomes
gnome.
and halflings are very offended if you confuse them for the other type.
V says, oh. That's it.
Okay. So, moving on. So we have a mystery person that's sitting in there that's not of anybody that we know.
It's a gnome with a
The gnome
glass
seemed
eye.
notably less hostile than the monsters.
Perchance when we go there, the gnome we could talk to them and maybe get them on our side. Would be
Actually, you know
beneficial
what?
for us.
Speaking of magical people, just because I want to bring this up now, because we actually never bothered to go and look into this. Ron Howard. We has anybody heard any type of information from Ron Howard, whom we never went to go investigate his tower?
Ron Howard.
The bunny.
The bunny.
Bethany says, I'm sorry, I don't follow. She says, Grandma, do you know about that guy? And Grandma says, I'm sorry.
I've just been calling him Ron Howard because that's how I remember him right now.
Think,
where's the map here? Cause we figured out who he was. I just forget what the hell it is. I think it was Dammer. I think we figured out that he was actually Dammer.
So they scratching their heads and they're shrugging, but then another guy across the room says, did someone say Dammer's Tower?
Yeah, sure, over here.
And it turns out to be your good old friend, Dean Wickerman.
Dean Wickerman.
Yes, the guy.
Dean Wickerman.
Is the wizard school
Lightning
guy.
flashes.
Yes.
Bum, bum, bum. Who has the imp friend? I remember him.
Yes.
I'm aware of Dean Wickerman.
And he has a notably different costume this time. But he wanders over, he says, that was a rather, he was a rather, how shall we say, controversial druid.
Yeah, I remember
in what
reading
way?
some stories about it that was kind of odd, although some
He
of
used
it
to be a
memory.
friend of Winona, the sea witch, and then they had a
Yeah.
falling out. Because I believe Carolus the druid used to be friends with them, but he had a falling out too. They disagreed on what the meaning of life and nature exactly was. Last I heard, he went off to an old tower down to the southwest, and he was working on some sort of project that was rather unspeakable, in fact.
Unspeakable how? Like any vague idea?
He says, "Well, it's a bit of an old wizard's club thing, if you might say. Some subjects and topics are rather not ones for polite conversation."
And Fontiev was like, "Look at me. Have you known me to be polite?"
Well, he was trying to how shall we say, create people. By transforming raw animal flesh. It wasn't a pretty business.
We're going full metal alchemist here, huh? Oh boy.
He said, by the way, I recall I wanted you to get something in that valley to the north, but I can't remember what it was. I've been casting every divination spell I know. I wanted something. I know you have something I want.
I'm
No.
not sure if we have it. We might have seen it.
And also, it's Fontavia now. The Kingdom of Fontavia. I'm gonna keep reiterating that to everyone who calls it the wrong name.
He looks at his little imp and he says, Stanley, have you heard back from Mrs. K yet? And Stanley says, nope, boss, haven't heard.
Who is Mrs. K again?
She's an old friend of mine. It wouldn't concern yourself with her.
Enlighten me.
I choose not to. You feel free to pay the full tuition at my school.
Fontiev is like, we have done a lot of rescuing of you, the city, and pretty much prevented you from dying from a plague. I think you kind of owe us just a little bit of information here on her. And as I flex my my persuasion armor, I guess.
This concerns knowledge of fiends and evil creatures. Are you sure you wish to go down this dark path?
I've literally been in the jaws of a worm. I don't think I can get any darker than that. I've also managed to reattach
What did you
somebody's
say?
head and bring them back to life.
What did Thalia say?
Elena said famous last words.
Okay.
He
says, Mrs. K is also known as the knower of names. She is a damned soul who has been locked in the abyss for some of the most evil crimes. Crimes so evil that no one seems can remember them. Your friend Caleb may know more. I believe he is better friends with her than I.
So he's been to this plane before, then, has he?
He's been in the abyss for quite some time, he says. And I've heard he's recently got into the sinning business again, and he chuckles. He says, you just can't trust those demons. Devils are just so much better, and he pats Stanley on the head.
I see. Also, I'm just entertained by the fact that this candle that we have sitting on the table right now is just constantly warbling around and spinning.
I don't even see it, but okay.
If you scroll over to where the corner of the map is, like over here.
Oh, I see it. It's just vibing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, don't stop.
Yeah. Weebles wobble, man.
And they don't fall down.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just the infinite moving candle, I guess.
Anyway.
Tabletop physics. Anyway. Let me see here. So... Is there anything in particular that she did on this plane that we might want to know about?
He says, a being as ancient and powerful as she knows that information is the most valuable currency that there exists in this universe. So, if you want answers, I have made my appeals. I have made offers. You will have to make your own, and I do not believe I am even permitted to give you contact information.
Interesting. So, like, I see here. I kind of wish. I really wish Sean was here because I could actually use a Yllaxis like negotiation right now.
Well, it is 57.
This is true.
How it goes.
Yeah.
Continue.
I like this incredible leadership Fontiev was displaying.
I agree.
Yeah.
Really growing into his
Literally, V
This
is
is-
just making bubbles.
This is less Fontiev wanting to do this and more that Sean's not here, so I kind of have to pull rank and kind of just push the story along.
sometimes.
Dean Rickman says if you want to contact Mrs. K, he says I shudder to use that title. You really should talk to Caleb first, but he's been rather upset lately.
Yeah, so I've heard. We're gonna have to deal with that eventually. We'll see what's up with him as soon as we can. Which will probably be next time on Dragon Ball Z when we have Yllaxis here.
He says by the way, I can't remember what I wanted from you, but if I know you have it. I know. He says, I know. He seems very agitated. He says, I'll pay you handsomely if you trade it to me.
I'm not even sure what he wants.
I don't
I'm
remember what
sorry,
he
I'm not
wanted
sure either, but I know that I need it.
I mean, This is out of character, Charles. I genuinely don't know what he wants or
He
what
doesn't know either. It's a strange
We'll
feeling.
have to figure it out.
Okay.
Well, if we do figure it out, we would be more than happy to give it to you.
Okay.
Is it perchance a copy of Trapped in Her Web?
No, I'm far too wizardly and sophisticated for that drivel.
Yeah, okay.
The fact that you know what it is, or
Because I'd
says a
rather-
lot. Like, so tell me, my friend, if you don't know anything about it, then why did you already know exactly what it was? And Fontiev raises an eyebrow.
I have a magically warded journal in which I write these things, but the page is blank, as if it was erased by the hands of the gods.
And you're sure that you don't want a copy of Trapped in Her Web?
Jesus, please. That's purely mortal concerns. I care nothing for those.
The fact that you know what the novel is says a lot.
It has always been the talk of the town. Dark elf culture is making a bit of a splash here. He says it's rather. I'd rather find it rather tawdry.
And you just look outside and it's ElfCon.
The fashion critic.
Alpha Macon. Okay, well, we don't really know what it is that you want specifically, so...
Believe me, the situation is no less pleasant for me.
I mean, well, if we could figure out what it is that you want, we might be able to help you out, but...
He said, wasn't there some treasure that from up to the north that you couldn't quite find a use for?
Okay, party talk. Does anyone know what that might be? What else did we get from there?
I have some papers. I have a Bunsen burner lighter.
I was gonna say, I don't really like, outside of the armor that we picked up, we don't really have much.
And
Yeah.
the suits.
The suits, but I'm gonna
That, I think,
hold up the
I don't-
Bunsen burner lighter and say, "We have this." Show the little.
No, I can start fires easily. That can't be what it is. Let me think. Let me meditate on it. I'm sure if I use my crystal ball, I should be able to remember.
Okay, I mean, I don't know what else did we have that we that we brought
Might
back
be
from
something.
there.
It might be something like that
We're
we were gonna
actually using.
use. Yeah.
Yeah.
And or it
I
might
have
be
some
something.
ideas.
I do too. It might be something that did not pick up from the burial site yet. So. Yeah.
Also possible.
Yeah. By the way, do you guys want to do like the excavation commission and the scroll?
It is 11:02. I don't know
Yeah,
how
I
people
think
are
if we
doing.
can ruminate on that, I hate to be the bummer, but
to-
I have a very labor-intensive day tomorrow, so...
Oh yeah, it was a tough day. So that should be the first thing we do next time.
Okay, sure.
I'm kind of glad we had a low-key session, being our first session back.
Reorient.
Yes, to remind me of how
Pacing
this
is
game.
important. Yeah, I think pacing is.
Yeah,
And we
but-
we also cleaned our room.
we cleaned
good.
our room.
Please take
Actually,
a look
Elena
at the
cleaned our
purse.
room.
Please take a look at the purse and
Oh, it's marvelous.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is fantastic.
I took a look at it a couple minutes ago. It's beautiful.
Thank you
It's incredible. 10 out of 10. Very good job.
so much. I organized our books because that's all that I do.
No, that is not true.
My life. No,
That's
it's
not true.
It's more of a. I just have books, lots of books.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like
New York
in your regular life?
In my regular life, and also here, I was like, oh, we just gotta move this around.
Meanwhile, at the Golden Lion Tavern.
Yeah. Well,
I'm tempted to just stick that in the like used items, even though they're not used. It's just like we don't have them.
right,
But
right.
We'll leave it there for now because it's fun.
Now,
Okay.
remind me, the Golden Lion Tavern was in the main city, right? That wasn't like outside of it.
No.
Okay.
we
It's
haven't
like
been
yeah,
there.
it's like literally inside of the main city. We're never going back until we like clear everything out.
We
So
haven't been there since pre-pandemic.
yes, it's been a
Yeah,
long
it's
time.
Actually,
it's weird to think
Very
about how
long time.
much of a long haul this has been.
Well, you're
Um,
getting there slowly.
Yeah, we're getting there. Slowly
Oh,
indeed.
we also haven't even gotten to the west side of the map.
Wow. All right. And on that note, let's say bye for the sake of recording, but we are going to raid someone.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Hello. Wait, no, damn it.